Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter whatever time of day it is. Hello, we are down to the last 3 hours and 30 minutes of this 24 hours of Le Mans. The order has changed slightly since I last saw it, but I'll go through with you pretty soon because it is shaken up a bit, especially in the GTEs, and I will talk to you more about it in a second. So, if you do not know me and haven't been watching my commentary anyway, I am JessGames95. I'll be taking you through the final stint up until hour 24. We do hope that we also have Evil Dragon that will be joining me in about half an hour's time. Hopefully, anyway. So, but at the moment it's just me again. Me and flying solo like I did in the graveyard shift. For those of you knows how much sleep I've got, I actually got 5 hours. Went to bed at 4:45 this morning. Got up at 9:45. There we go. And I had breakfast. And I'm raring to go for the last 3 hours and 30 minutes. So, the order so far, the lead hasn't changed for the GTEs. No, not GTEs, the LMPs. Because Ferrari B is dominating by 6 laps. They're on 356 laps, where their nearest rival, Dreamy RT1, is on 350. Which is a great stuff from the team. They've been working their butts off. Flip is the current driver. We do have a few people ready to driver swap. We got a few in the pits right now, ready to be driver swapped. We got Huzza waiting, Lucky waiting. Oh, and there was other people that are just supporting our live timings for us. Also, I'd like to give a massive thanks to Hio for streaming whilst I was asleep. Even though there was no commentary, it was better giving you some action, more than better than no action. So that is good. And I'm just going to see what's going on in the chat right now. I've got the timings up as well. And we've got Ghost Hunter David in the chat. Hello. And should be an entertaining last few laps of this race. So we've got Flip and Boniface first and second, with Interceptor in third. Unfortunately, if those of you have just woken up are wondering where Online Liga is, they are out due to the fact they are disconnected. So we are down one LMP team. That happened during my stint, actually. Was wondering where they went, and they're gone. And the closest battles we're going to see is the GTEs. Now, the GTE order has changed since I last saw it. Hio did give me the rundown when I got up, and I was pretty shocked, but in a good way. So our current leader is this guy, the Beauty and the Beast team. Suki was the driver before, who's been doing great in her stint in the car, and now she's handed it over to Thunderhead 74. So for my reckoning, the leader binned it at some point. I don't know where, but you know. And speaking of Eurosim racing, they are actually going to the pits now, and I think they'll be ready to do their driver swap for people waiting in the pits now. I think Schmidt will be changing over to Lucky at some point. So we can see Lucky just about to rev up. And there's quite a few of you watching the live timing as well. So if you just joined us, hello and welcome to the final part of this Gavra 24 hours. It's been a rocky ride. We've had a few ups and downs, but we are on the home stretch here today. And these drivers have definitely put on a show. It's been absolutely fantastic to watch them overcome the challenges. I watched them overcome the challenges of the night earlier on. No major issues. So I think we've got Boniface still in the Dreamy car. And I do believe Lucky has taken the seat of the European Sim Racing, hoping to capitalise on the mistake that their team has had and try and catch up to Beauty and the Beast. There might be some Beauty and the Beast people that are asleep and are wondering, wow, they're quite shocked that they're in the lead of the class right now. So, brilliant stuff from Fundesh and Shuki as well. So, I will be keeping an eye on the chat throughout the morning, or whatever time of day it is where you are. So if you have any questions, any thoughts, who you think's going to win the 24 hours in each class, let us know. A few people asked in the live stream before we handed over to this one how the driver swaps are working. Well, because people are on multiple PS4s, we've got this set up as a practice session, which is quite cleverly done. And the driver swaps, basically the driver that is driving at the moment, ready to do a driver swap, goes into the pits, changes their set of tyres and sets of fuel. Once they've done that, once the pit is over, because they might have to repair for damages as well, they will go to the end of the pit lane, and a driver in waiting will be waiting in the pits until they get to the end of the pit lane. And once they see them go to the end of the pit lane, they will head out the pits and start their stint for the team. And the times have been recorded through this lovely live timing device that Gavra and Haya has created. It's worked out really well so far. A few glitches on the way due to PS4 restarts and stuff, but it is now accurate, it is now up to date, and all good, so you can get an accurate picture about what is going on in this 24 hours. Big shout out to 13 of you that are watching the stream right now. It is great to see. I'm very excited to see how these last few hours unfold for the drivers. Will they start to get ever so tired, or will there be people that have been asleep for a long time and are willing to take their hands on the lovely wheel? Now, again, I don't know the track temperature, and whilst I don't forget, I'm going to get the speedo up and the map as well, just so you can see your favourite on track, because the speedo is definitely a good way of catching what is going on so far as well. Boniface has used quite a bit of his hybrid in Porsche. I'm liking it how it's going through the first part of the Porsche curves. Over Indianapolis there. Ferrari B definitely dominating from hour one pretty much and haven't stopped. Had a few pressure from Gas RT, but there was a change in second place throughout the night as well to Dreamy RT to come in second place so far. Team AOR, because there are AOR drivers. Joshua Luke is saying some cheesy jokes in the chat. To be honest, they are cheesy, and I don't know how people cope with that, but hey, how about that? So this has been absolutely marvellous to see all these drivers battle it out. Unfortunately, we had one retiree, but apart from that, every other car that started this race is still there, still surviving. Even though there are some laps down, they are coping. Josh says, don't look, I'm about to change. Oh my god. You should have seen the banter I received in the chat whilst I was doing the overnight stint. Oh my god. They definitely did keep me going. It was quite funny. Dan from AOR trying to distract me in a good way, but definitely getting me through the stint. I appreciate his help so much. And apparently I helped him create some coding, which was good, and he managed to do it. So teamwork, hashtag teamwork. It's great to see that me doing what I love helps people get through so much. It's great. Absolutely fantastic. Just reminds me, I haven't actually put on Twitter that I'm actually commentating. There we go. I was meant to do it before I streamed, but I completely forgot. But hey ho, I have got it now, so people I know can see the stream as well. And we will expect to see a few driver changes pretty soon, I believe, coming up. I'm just going to see how much people are on fuel at the moment. Boniface will be coming up to having 11.7 laps litres of fuel, but we'll be doing another stint because there's no drivers waiting. So don't forget, he did come in the car quite recently and only just started a few of his stints. He's done quite a lot of stints so far and done a really good job keeping the car intact. Some of the guys' concentration at the moment must be quite low, and hopefully their mind is definitely going through what is going on right now, and keeping you guys informed as much as possible. And we hope we're keeping you informed as well, because that is what we like to do here at Gavra. And if there's anything you want to see, how your favourite team is doing, let us know, and we will do our best to cover each team fully. This is our current leading GT at the moment, Thunderhead, who is pulling away at the moment already. Absolutely controlling the GT field, making it look like his own. He seems to know the track from the back of his hand now, and soon he'll be lapping the Ferrari car of Cypher pretty soon. So pretty good stuff actually. And the laps, basically how the laps are kept, Good Racing Group, is there is a live timing sheet on our YouTube channel, well, Gavra Racing's YouTube channel, which the lovely Hayo and Gavra have created just for the event. And sorry to interrupt, but Interceptor is ready to replace someone. I think it is. Oh no, it's not Interceptor. Interceptor's already on track already, and he's done a pit stop. So yeah, I thought there was a driver change, but there wasn't. So yeah, there is a live timing sheet that Hayo and Gavra have created for the event, which you can find on our YouTube channel as well. It is a stream called Gavra Racing 24-hour race live timing. It will basically show you the up-to-date results of what is going on with all the cars on track. And that is how we do it. Gavra has put the link in the YouTube chat. And it is all manually done by the staff here at Gavra, which is pretty good stuff. I would like to know how they do it, because it is absolutely incredible to see. Let's see how Interceptor's doing actually. We haven't got given much coverage for him, but seems to be doing well pace-wise, catching up. Unfortunately, he's 10 laps down on second place, Dreamy RT1. But at the moment he's got nothing to lose since there's no other LMP cars behind him, but he will have to deal with the traffic. Gavra actually wrote the live timing program in Python, which is pretty cool. I actually do Python at work. I like Python. I still like doing Python at home as well. The language, not the snake, the language. Python is definitely a common language we use at work in IT, where I work, and it's quite enjoyable to code some cool stuff. Good racing group. Actually giving some props for live timing. I'm actually giving credit to that because if any of the live timings did glitch throughout the night, Hio and Gavra were doing their best once they got up to try and fix it again. It was a mammoth task, but they've got there and they're doing it very well. So thanks to Gavra and Hio. Hio only had a few hours sleep, may I add, and now he's back up. He was streaming earlier, so I give credit to him for still being up, supporting the stream, supporting Le Mans in general. As it intercepted, almost went into the grass there. Racing Stripes TV is in the chat. He's ashamed that he couldn't help with commentary. But maybe Gavra will do another endurance race soon, because if they do, I would like to do this again, because it has been fun. I did say this in the overnight stream, the graveyard shift that I did, about when I actually started watching endurance racing, how I actually got into endurance racing. It was in 2017, in fact. When I was watching 2017 Le Mans, I saw a few of my friends watching and I was like, oh, that could be interesting. So I watched it. It was really good. I didn't watch all of it, obviously. Then there was a few AOR people doing a Le Mans race, the Spa race, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I also, so I ended up watching that, and then I found out Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button were taking part in the Super Season, and I was like, WEC has more than just Le Mans. So I ended up watching this season's Super Season. I watched Spa, Francorchamps, a bit of Le Mans, was on holiday, and I watched Silverstone last week. I was rooting for JB, Jenson Button. Unfortunately, their engine went after an hour, which was a bit of a shame, really. Because I really wanted them to get a podium, because they could have won, I think, because the two Toyotas did get disqualified from the race. But that meant the Rebellions took the win there, got some very good points for the WEC Championship for LMP1. So Boniface managing to do his fuel saving very well, and Boniface is actually going into the pits right now. So there we go. Great work from Boniface so far. He was definitely controlling the field from second place, trying to keep third place at bay. He's a bit too far behind the Ferrari B right now to catch him, but I think the team's aim right now is definitely second place. And there's also Suzuka Super GT as well. I do believe Jenson Button is also racing in that as well. I think he's been a lot more successful in that series at the moment. I don't know where he is in the standings, but apparently he's doing a good job. And yeah, it is nice to see at the moment. The GTE field is slowly catching up quite quickly, in fact, as a Boniface. That was a very good pit stop. Not much fuel taken though, only 62.4 litres, but he wants to make sure he manages the pace nicely, and I want to be sure of that. So in about 10 minutes time, hopefully we'll have Evil Dragon joining me in the commentary box. Fingers crossed. Well, 63 is the maximum you can put of fuel. Oh, so in the LMPs, that's why I've seen the amount. That's why I've seen the GTEs have a maximum fuel of 80. Thanks, Josh. By the way, thanks for clearing that up. Almost at the 3 hours to go mark. The drivers. Some drivers may be doing their last stint. They may be doing 3 hours and then that's it. But there may be some people doing more stints coming up. We shall have to wait and see how the driver swaps will play out for the rest of this. Because Lucky may be doing to the end of this race, or maybe swapping after 1 hour again, so they can concentrate on the pace. Lucky has been faster pretty much on track. Gaining a lot of seconds per lap, in fact, this lucky car. Catching up to the leading GTE at the moment. Front ahead. So, the GTEs, I think, was going to be the one we need to watch out for at the moment. So, we will keep our close eye on the GTE battle. They are only a lap down. So, a pit stop could change everything between these two GTEs. And any mistake any of them make, it could change the lead. Cypher Knight running his own race, his team, making sure they get towards the end of this race. There has been a lot of invalidated laps, but Hyo and Gavra have been making a note of these invalidated laps, and it may turn a point of the final results. We shall find out. Any drivers in the chat also, let us know if you're doing any more stints. If you need any advice, any heads up, any last minute coaching before you go up and do your final stint. Because you may need some advice. Well, not advice, but pet talk. Pet talk, there we go. Pet talk. And, yes indeedy. Pet talks always go out very well, in fact. Especially when I do amateur dramatics. Pet talks before we go on stage definitely does work out quite a lot. Maybe some of these drivers are in a party right now, working as a team, talking race strategy, what to do and stuff. There might be a few people streaming their POV. I haven't seen many, in fact, but they might be uploading highlights, so if they will be, I will be sharing them on my Twitter. Joshua Luke is next in the Dreamy RT car in about 40 minutes time. He'll probably do the stint which will take it to the end of the race. All I can say, Josh, is focus on getting the car home, because you can't catch up to first, I believe. Make sure you get the car home, don't make too many mistakes, and aim for second. If you get second place, that'll be a very good achievement. Don't bottle it, basically. That is my pep talk. There we go. So basically, if your team doesn't bottle it, you should be fine. So no pressure, eh? Probably not the best talk in the world. As Flip has just set a new fastest lap of the practice session of 3:17.8. Whoa! Great stuff. Absolutely incredible. The Ferrari bees are definitely flying. It is amazing to see. Not much coverage has been given to them, unfortunately, in my stint, but that's because they've been doing some time trial like laps because they are leading. Well, they are encountering some GTEs as well. So it is great to see them doing very well as well. Very, very impressed about their performance so far in this race. It is brilliant to see right now. As a Toyota sound again, this sounds absolutely lovely. A great way to start a Sunday morning after a nice sleep. And just to let you know, my sleep pattern is pretty much messed up due to this. We'll be having an early night tonight, making sure my sleeping pattern is back in order again when I wake up. Make sure I'm ready for Tuesday at work. Luckily there's a bank holiday tomorrow, otherwise I would have been screwed. So yeah, definitely all of these drivers doing absolutely well. I'm gonna message the commentary chat to see if Evil Dragon is still gonna join me for the last stint. Apparently I don't think invalid laps are gonna decide the race for GTEs. Haven't seen much invalid laps for GTEs actually. So it might decide the race for the LMPs. We will have to find out. I'm not sure. Gavra might answer my question. I'm not sure if they're counting the invalidated laps whilst they're doing the timing sheet, or are they going to wait to the end of the race? We shall see. These guys have got to be careful out there. Make sure that they don't exceed the track limits. And regarding the GTE class right now, Lucky is catching. They are on the same lap, and he is 1 minute and 12 seconds behind the GTE leader, Beauty and Beast. So if this team keeps up this pace throughout the rest of this 24-hour race, they could catch Beauty and the Beast and possibly challenge for the lead. I think this is the only class at the moment we can see a lead change again for probably like the third or fourth time this 24 hours. So I think a confidence boost, it is looking good for Thundershot as well. Gavra actually records the invalidated laps in the timings already, but we don't usually tell them that unless the team is really in danger of getting above the limit of 80 invalid laps. Luckily, some of them haven't done that yet, haven't got through past the 80 yet, which is good. So if you just joined us, hello, welcome to the last 3 hours of Le Mans. It has been absolutely good to see these drivers racing on one of my favourite circuits on Project Cars. I find this so entertaining to watch, just to see them work their mind to make sure that they focus as much as they can right now. They might be having pain physically with cramps and stuff, they may be tired, but they just got to focus past that and concentrate on getting some laps in, making sure they get the car intact. Most people have done a lot of stints now in the car since it started, so then guys know the track layout from the back of their hand and know what to do. So making sure they are aware. I will keep you guys informed of the driver swaps as well happening, because driver swaps can possibly change for the last 3 hours. There might be some people doing a 2-hour stint, because 2-hour stints are good to bump the pace a little bit. And very good to see. I am keeping an eye on the timings myself, so good to see there. Oh, be careful. I almost heard myself in the chat there. That would have been a disaster. But hey ho. These drivers are definitely going to work their hardest to make sure they finish. And Lucky definitely showing some pace. So Thunderhead must be under a bit of pressure right now to make sure that they finish some laps in this GTE class at the moment. But he seems to be doing well trying to defend that. So our current standing so far is our current LMP leader by about almost, I think about 5 or 6 laps is Flip Flip, and in second place is Boniface in the LMP in Dreamy RT1. In the third place is Gaz RT, and the driver is intercepted for that. Then we have Beauty and the Beast with Thunderhead. Then it's Lucky in second place in the GTEs, and then third is Cypher Knight in Spirit of Giron. He was just lapped by another LMP car there. To be honest, my favourite bit, the GTE battles, were definitely the one to watch, to be honest. It's been great to see them develop as much as they can, and see how they've been growing. And It's good. It's good. It's good. I do believe there's 16 of you watching the stream right now. I do believe. 3 hours to go then of this Le Mans. Hope you all had height. I hope you've been enjoying the stream as much as we have. As commentators, it's been absolutely really fun to watch. Once this GTE battle develops, we will keep you updated about what happens. Because it is absolutely fantastic to watch them, really. It's been good. We had ups and downs, but and all seemed to work out nicely in the end. And while I'm at it, actually, whilst we wait for some battles to happen, let me get some interesting facts, actually, about Le Mans. About what's happened previously in Le Mans races, Le Mans winners. Just so I could have some stuff to talk about, as it were. So, currently, the 2018 winners were Toyota, but unfortunately they got the squad. Oh, no, that was Silverstone, yeah. The 2018 winners of Le Mans were Toyota, of Fernando Alonso, Remy and Nakajima. Porsche LMP team won it in 2017, of Tino Bernard, Brendan Hartley and El Bamba. And they won, and the Porsche 919 won it for 2016 and 2015 as well. The Audi team winning it from 2011 to 2014. Seen a lot of Audis win it. I've seen also a few Peugeots win the Le Mans race as well. So that's good to see as well. And absolutely great. And I'm actually going to see what world records have been broken as well with Le Mans. Sorry if you could hear me typing. Let me just go to one that we haven't given much coverage of. Flip, another fastest lap. His pace is remarkable. He will be saying his final lap before they do the stint. I do believe there will be a driver swap of Cash in it. He'll be taking the stint. Be swapping with Flip, who's been doing a great job, I think. So they'll be swapping, I think, in the next lap. Team Durant are saying that the Corvettes are pulling up some great fastest laps, too fast on the straight. They're saying, can you slow down for us? Well, to be honest, it is a race. They can't slow down just to keep up with you. But Peter is saying that the Corvettes are doing a great job, as well as the LMPs as well. So we could see some more driver changes, as we said. Now, as I was saying, I'm trying to find some Le Mans records. The most wins ever by a constructor were 19 wins was Porsche. So they won in 1970 to 1971, 1976 to 1977, as well as 1979. We have 1981 as well till 1987. And they also won in 94, 1996 to 1998, and obviously 2015 to 2017, and closely followed by them is Audi by winning as well. Other constructors' records that we have seen in Le Mans in recent years. The most 1-2 finishes were held by Porsche, the German team, with 12 1-2 finishes in 1970. If I can find the Porsche actually to give. There we go. 1970, 1971, 1979, 1982 to 1987, 1996, 1998 and 2015. And most podiums was held by a Porsche. "54 podiums Porsche has ever done in the Le Mans circuit. Another Porsche record, most podium lockouts from them. 8 podium lockouts. 1970, 1979, 1982 to 1986, and 1996. Most consecutive podiums wasn't done by a Porsche, it was done by an Audi. It was between 1999 and 2016, so we have seen an Audi LMP car or GTE on the podium since 1999 to about 2016. Most cars are the same brand in a row. It was Porsche, and that was in 1983. Most podiums without winning, Pescarolo, or however you say it. Most consecutive pole positions was done by Porsche between 1978 and 1983. Fast with 6 pole positions consecutively. Fastest laps, most consecutive fastest laps was done by an Audi, which was 5 consecutive fastest laps, and that was between 2011 and 2015. Some early morning facts for you. I hope that you're finding those early morning facts entertaining. And most fastest laps was done by a Porsche in 1968 to 1971, 1977, 1979 to 1981, 1983, 1985 to 1986, 1988 to 1994, and 1997. Now we move on to some driver records. So we've heard about constructors records. And basically, if you just join the stream, hello, I'm talking about, whilst we're watching the battles on track, talking about famous Le Mans records that have been set at this very circuit. We have Tom Cricketson, of course, winning the most times of Le Mans, 9 wins. His first win, of course, was in 1997. And his last win was in 2013. In the virtual world, most laps in a race distance will be beaten by 2 teams today. And that will be Ferrari B and Dreamy RT1. So that is good. We got a Mr. AOR in the chat again. Great to see that the AOR, some staff from different leagues have been supporting the drivers. I've seen a few other drivers supporting their teammates as well. It's great to see some team spirit. And Dreamy RT1, aka Team AOR, they are still going strong. They are still holding on to that second place right now, courtesy of Boniface. But they're too far behind from Ferrari B, so their aim is to try and get second place and not bottle it, basically, which they're doing quite nicely. Pulling out some very decent lap times. Evil was meant to be joining me for the last stint, but he's nowhere to be seen at the moment. So I will check in about half an hour to see where he is. He might have forgotten, he might have fallen asleep again. As we've got another driver change coming of Old Drome. We'll be changing for Thunder soon, I believe. How many cars are still going? There are 3 LMPs. Unfortunately, one LMP had to retire, which was the Audi of Online Linger. And all the 3 GTEs that started are still going. So GTEs leading the way with reliability. All 3 GTEs that have started are still in the race. The GTEs have changed battles throughout the night. in particular, I think that how it changed was it changed the battle when I was asleep. Apparently, that's when the leader of Eurosim Racing bottled it, and that's what's caused Beauty and the Beast to take the lead. So that happened when I was asleep, of course. There was probably a lot of drama happened when I was asleep, to be honest. But you know, all good, all good. So, Siphon Night. Oh, it's a bit of lagging due to people joining the lobby. Though we do get a few lag spikes when people join the lobby about to do their driver swaps. We've got 2 people ready, I think. Cash in it. Doing some good work in the car. Old Drome is ready to go. Thunderhead has still got a few more laps of fuel left. So, and we've got Jacko waiting in the other GTE of, we've got two of the same team waiting in the pits. So I'm guessing they're doing a backup. If one internet dies or PS4 dies, then someone will take over. So it's great that all of their team is online, ready to go. They must be definitely in the party, working out their strategy. Sleep is not for the weak. To be honest, if I didn't have sleep, I would be a zombie right now. I needed sleep, but I had sleep and it felt good. Even though the cat kind of interrupted me sometimes during the night whilst I was asleep, especially when I was about to get to sleep. My cat kept walking on me. I was like, no, get out of the way. She's out of my room now. She's on my coat apparently. But you know. So, welcome you just joined us. It is 11:15 in the UK, 12:15 Central European time, which is where most of these drivers are. A big shout out to all 19 of you that are watching. Obviously, a lot of people are waking up to find out how their teams are doing. Boniface only slept 2 hours, which is great. He's been awake for the rest of the time, which is incredible stuff, I think. If you want to know about the live timings, there is a stream which has got the live timings that Hayo and Gavra have created. Make sure you check that out. That is what I'm using to keep an eye on the track positions. And hopefully you guys will be keeping an eye on it too, so you're aware of where your favourite team is and where your favourite driver is. And David was actually doing some night stints earlier on in the race. And to be honestly, he felt absolutely shattered, just like I did. So, night stints can be tiring. And for the ones who have been doing some night stints for people, have been doing a splendid job. To be honest, keeping the car together, making sure their team is still in it. To be honest, I wouldn't have coped with night stints. I would have asked to not do a night stint if I was doing a 24-hour race. To be honest, I would never do a 24-hour race because I wouldn't last, to be honest. And I would let my team down. Ghost Hunter only managed 1 hour of sleep. Oh my god! How? How are you still awake? How are you still up and hyper and all that? I wonder if Ghost is doing another stint. I don't think you are, aren't you? Because I do believe Joshua Luke will be doing a stint as well. So I think you're not doing any more stints, are you? We'll have to find out. And so just to go quickly through the order before I go through some more famous Le Mans records. So our current race leader is Cash in the Ferrari B team. Been in the lead for quite a while, in fact. And it's in the lead by 7 laps. Let's do a few mental maths to get that. Boniface from Dreamy RT1 is in second place. He has done 362 laps. Well, the team has done 362 laps. In third place, it is... No, it's not him. It is Interceptor. Quite a few certain laps down, but it doesn't matter because the Audi LMP unfortunately had to retire. As far as the Dreamy RT stints are going, Josh is doing a stint. And then if they have time, they'll get Ghost Hunter in the car. That is how it's working at the moment. So we will, again, like we said, we will keep in track of all the driver stints for you and keep you informed. It has been the first time driver swaps have been done in this level, of course. Joshua Luke joining the lobby then, getting ready for his stint. Boniface on 25 litres of fuel. Let's see if any of the other guys are on fuel. Cypher's on good amount of fuel at the moment. Front ahead is running out, so Beauty and the Beast will be swapping at the moment. Doesn't look like they haven't got any damage, so they got to make sure they get their driver swap right. Make sure they have a good pit entry because they have 1 minute and 16 seconds clear of Eurosim Racing. They got to make sure that their pit stop is less than that. I will keep a close eye on Lucky actually. Lucky is going through Indianapolis right now. So we're going to closely follow and see where they end up. Very, very, very tricky to get right. Spirit of Giron does 4-hour stints to ensure the drivers get plenty of sleep, which is great stuff. Nice that teams have planned a stint ahead of time and keeping the stints consistent as well. And get used to 4-hour stints have helped them. And it has worked since the drivers have got plenty of sleep throughout, which is good to see. Has Thunder come out in the pits yet? No, he hasn't. Lucky is coming out. Oh my god! We've had a shunt from Lucky, who had a bit of a dirt moment there. We were almost going to say Lucky was going to take the lead, but I don't think he is. As Jack is going out of the pits now, as Jack Poe is retaining the lead after that mishap from Lucky going in through there. What a shame. Eurosim Racing could have taken the lead, but that mistake fortunately cost the team. But the gap must be pretty close indeed now between those two GTEs. Now Jacko with plenty of fuel and will definitely help his team retain the lead. Don't know how much the GTE fuel tank lasts throughout the race, but they do last for quite a long time, a bit longer than the LMPs, to be honest. LMPs providing a bit more power. So driver swapping are reflecting on our live timing. It hasn't updated for when they are in the pits, so we'll keep a close eye. Lucky is going into the pits right now, so that spin costed him, but he's got enough fuel to last now to battle with Jacopo. And a massive shout out to all of you drivers that are still in the chat supporting your drivers, making sure they get through the last 2 hours and 39 minutes. Any fans, any supporters, It is great to see as well. Cypher in the third GTE that we didn't get too much coverage at. Now the gap has pretty much stayed the same between the GTEs. Now for Jacko and Lucky, due to the fact Lucky had to pit and a little bit of a spin which costed him, and he had to make a longer pit stop. Again, I don't know how long pit stops last, because it does depend on how long their stints last. But you never know. 24 hours in Le Mans definitely can throw some surprises. I'm just going to check with Evil quickly when he's going to join me in the com box. He was meant to be joining me at 11, but unfortunately he probably overslept, or he's doing some other stuff right now, which is fine, it's not a problem. I will find out. Happy to do this alone, of course, for a while. Not too badly going at the moment, as Cypher Knight has just gone into the gravel a little bit there. But it doesn't matter, as long as he keeps the car intact. Joshua Luke is getting ready for his stint pretty soon. One of his got a few laps and to do, I believe. To be honest, all I've got to say, the teams that we've got left standing in this Le Mans 24 Hours of Gavra have done an incredible job. The drivers, the organisers, the other commentators. Thanks to the other commentators throughout the night, Soup and Evil. They've done a great job, I think, as well. Evil done 10 hours in one go, which is more than anyone in one go consecutively. So, and he still had the same amount of energy. He had an hour break, of course, but still. And it was more than anyone did in one go, so props to him. Soup joined the commentary box at 8:30-ish until about midnight. And there was going to be more commentators, but unfortunately a few had to pull out for various reasons. So that's why you had just only 3 commentators for this event. And we've had Hyo streaming the times where we couldn't get a stream up for you. So the only time we didn't have a stream was from about 7:15 last night to about 8:30, and from about midnight to about 20 past midnight. Those were the only times where you didn't get a stream. Every other second of thing is streamed, which is absolutely good to see. Joshua, I think, is feeling the pressure right now. Making sure he can keep the car together. I won't be surprised if this team of Gas RT will be doing a driver change soon. I won't be surprised, to be honest, because Interceptor has been in the car for a very long time. I don't know how long, but when I started my commentary stint at 10:30, so about almost an hour ago, he was still in the car, so doing some very good stints for the team, actually, in fact. All of them are. And now, since there's not much going on at the moment, I am going to tell you some more Le Mans facts. More records were broken in Le Mans with most consecutive wins, and that was by Tom Christensen, who with 6, and he won Le Mans from 2000 to 2005. With the other consecutive winners winning 3 times: Wolf Bonato, Olivier Genderban, Henry Pascalo, Jackie Eck, Emmanuel Pirot, Frank Villa, Marco Werner. And winning drivers per nation, the UK has had the drivers that won the most, with 30 drivers. France 29, Germany 19, United States 12, Italy 11, Belgium 5, Australia and New Zealand 4, and we have Austria, Switzerland, Japan with 3, Denmark, Netherlands, Sweden and Spain with 2 wins, and Argentina, Canada, Finland and Mexico for winning drivers. And total driver wins per nation, France leads there with 43, United Kingdom 42, Germany 31, United States and Italy 18 wins. Belgium with 13, Denmark with 10, New Zealand and Switzerland with 5, Austria and Australia with 4 wins. We have the Netherlands and Japan who won 3 times in Le Mans. Finland, Sweden, Spain won 2 times. And Argentina, Canada and Mexico, they've all won once. And there's quite a lot of people that have won in their first entries of Le Mans. One notably most remembered is Fernando Alonso, who first took part in Le Mans this year and he won with Toyota. The one before that was El Bamba in 2015, and Nico Hülkenberg also had his first Le Mans win in 2015 as well. Since then, there wasn't any debut winners until before that, until about 1998 with Laurent Allo. Tom Christian won his first Le Mans title in 1997. Alexander Wirtz won in 96. Total starts of Le Mans 24 hours. Henry started 33 times. We have Bob, I said Bon, oh my god. Bob? Why do I keep saying Bob and Bon instead of Bob? It's my eyes, you see. It's my eyes. Bob Wallach having 30 wins. Giorgio Terrada with 29. Starts. Bob Wallach 30 starts. Yoho Terrada with 29 starts. Derek Bell with 26 starts. Francois Miguel with 25 starts. We have Lammers, Claude and Emmanuel Collard with 24 starts. And Claude Hardy and Pierre Yver with 22. There's quite a lot of other driver records as well, which are quite notable. Youngest winner was Alexander Wirtz in 96, who won the Le Mans title, 22 years, 91 days. I'm 23 now, so for them to win a Le Mans title in 22 years of age, incredible stuff. We're just keeping an eye on our GTE cars at the moment. Oldest winner, with 47 years and 343 days, Luigi Chinetti in 1949. Winner with most constructors with 4 is Yannick Dalmas, Peugeot, Porsche, McLaren and BMW. To be honest, not gonna lie, I haven't actually seen McLaren in Le Mans in a long time. It would be great to see them in Le Mans. Would you guys agree? It would be fantastic actually. Biggest gap between 2 wins, 13 years, Alexander Wirtz. His first win is in 1996. He didn't win until 2009. Biggest gap between first and last win, 17 years, Hurley Haywood. Most starts before first win, David Bradman in 2009. He actually won on his 16th start. Most wins with the same driver lineup, 3 was Olivier Beldam and Phil Hill in 1958, 1961 and 1962. Jackie Ick and Derek Bell, 1975, 1981 and 1982. Tom Christian, Frank Bella and Emmanuel, 2000, 2001 and 2002. Mark Fassler, Andre Lossier and Benoit Trevaya, however you say it. 2011, 2012 and 2014. Win from low start position. They started from 16th. Hans Mann and Richard Haywood in 1970 came from 16th on the grid in Le Mans to actually winning the Le Mans race. Youngest driver to start a race was Matt McFlurry in 2014, 16 years and 202 days. Oldest driver to start a race, Jack Gerber, 2013, 68 years, 110 days. Youngest driver to finish a race, Matt McFlurry. Oldest driver to finish a race, Jack Gerber, again. Most consecutive starts, Henry Pascalo. 30 consecutive starts. 1970 to 1999. We have a few lap times invalidated from Cash in it, not looking good. Most consecutive finishes, 11 finishes, Johnny O'Connell from 1999 to 2009. Most time between successive starts was 21 years. John Alacy, 1989 to 2010. Most races between first and last start was 36, and that was held by Jan Lammers, 1983 to 2018. Most starts without finishing one race, 14, Hans Heyer. Most starts without winning overall, 30, and that was Bob Wallach. Most time in a car during 24 hours was actually the full 24 hours when it was legal back then. In real life, of course, you can't do more than 4 hours. But when the thing was still legal, Edward Ramsden Hall spent 24 hours in the car in 1950. Don't know how he did it. Most time in a car during the 24 hours for a winner was the one we talked about in the first stream yesterday with Evil Dragon, was Louis Rosier in 1950. 23 hours, 15 minutes and 17 seconds. Entries with most constructors, 17. As we see a GTE being lapped there by an LMP. And less about the facts, more about this guy, because they will be doing a driver swap. Dreamy RT will be doing a driver swap then. Josh Luke is about to get ready. They've passed through. So there we go. Joshua probably is going to take the stint till the end if he can manage. But if not, Ghost Hunter is on standby to do any more stints if needed. Right now, Joshua Luke is bringing the car home at the moment. So great work from Boniface. I did give Joshua Luke a pep talk before the race, before his stint. So hopefully you can do that. So we still have 3 LMPs and 3 GTEs running. One Audi retired early on in the morning, which was a bit of a shame, but everyone else still running. The timing sheets now, Cash in it, a 7 lap lead over Joshua Luke. Interceptor done team doing 355 laps. With Beauty and the Beast then. Jacko and Lucky are both on the same lap. Lucky is only 1 minute and 15 seconds behind. Lucky is the lucky charm. Because Lucky has shown some extremely good pace at this stage. So good on him. Right, excuse me a second. I'm just going to get my glasses on because it's quite difficult to see only having 5 hours sleep. There we go. Hopefully I can keep awake with my glasses on. There we go. So, yeah, the gap between Jacko and Lucky in the GT class is 1 minute 15. So, Lucky definitely showing some pace at the moment. According to Team Dreamy RT, Josh is going to do his normal 2 stints with Ghost Hunter doing the last hour to bring the car home. Boniface has done with his car driving today, so he can relax, take it easy, support his team as much as possible, and do all he can, do all the work. Let us know also what you're thinking about the commentary as well. Be good to know your thoughts, what you think. It's nice to see some teams having all drivers online as well, which is good, which is brilliant. And if you've just joined us, you joined us for the last 2 hours and 22 minutes of this sensational Gavra Racing 24-hour of Le Mans. It's been absolutely fantastic to see these drivers develop throughout this. A few of friends I know are actually at Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix this weekend. It is quite lucky. According to David, he's had 6 cups of coffee since finishing his last stint. Whoa, 6 cups of coffee. I don't know how I would cope with 6 cups of coffee. Ghost Hunter just asking Ben if he's okay after drinking 6 cups of coffee. That is what I need to ask, to be honest. And to be honest, the graveyard stint was the hardest stint because I was doing it by myself, finding it hard to stay awake at times. And also the timings were off at times, so it was very difficult to keep track, especially since I missed one stint due to the fact I was busy doing something else. So that was probably the trickiest stint for me. But apart from that, it's been all good my end. Commentating on probably been the longest I've ever commentated on a single race before. And it's been absolutely fun. And it's been the first time I've commentated on PS4 as well. I've mostly been commentating stuff on PC and Xbox. It's the first time I've commentated for PS4. And it's been very enjoyable to watch. David is fine after drinking 6 cups of coffee. Very good. So that hit here. Who you're racing with at the moment is your current race leader, cashing it in the Ferrari B car. Doing a great job. It's absolutely great to see these drivers still at it, still pushing forward, still managing to keep one step closer to their goal of finishing. In second place is Team Dreamy of Joshua Luke. And just to let you know, guys, the live timing is still on the on the Gavra Racing page. So if you want to find out how your favourite team... Oh! What has happened with Team Dreamy? I've just spoken how good they've been. And they've hit some bollards. What has happened? Oh my God. Hopefully this team hasn't got a bit of damage. Interceptor has gone into the pits then. Doing a few more stints, I presume. Taking him some fuel and possibly changing his tyres as well. His tyres are definitely getting a bit hot than normal, but there we go. It is still quite humid out there, starting to get a bit hotter. That's why you're starting to see some faster lap times from the guys. To be honest, I don't know what the fastest lap of the race today is. I know Cashing It set the fastest lap of the practice session already with a 3:17.0. I think that's what it is. That's race pace, don't forget, not qualifying pace. So that is all I know, because I obviously wasn't in for every single stint. And so obviously can't tell who did the fastest lap for definite. But as soon as I know, I will let you know. According to Evil's mum needs some sleep right now, so that's why he can't commentate me. Join me in the commentary box. But that is not a problem. So it looks like you still got me for the last 2 hours or so. Keeping it together as much as possible. But it's nice to see you guys watching the stream with me. Watching the action. Chatting, getting involved as much as possible as well. I think Ferrari apparently did a 3:16. Wow. That must have been earlier on whilst I was asleep, I think. Yeah, it must have been when he was asleep. And as I was saying, whoa! That was a jinx and a half. We were saying that Ferrari earlier set a 3:16 something. Cashing It just set a 3:16.6. What? That's a bonk of a lap. The track is starting to get hotter. And he's on less fuel at the moment. So there you go. Your result, your fastest lap so far of the race, I believe. 3:16.6. How do these drivers do it? I can't even reach that lap when I drive this in the game. Amazing. And yes, the track does seem quicker this hour due to the fact that the track is getting hotter. Any drivers that are still in a lobby or in the pits or something do have the ability to see the track temperature, but I don't. So if anyone can give us a clear indication of what the current track temperature is, that'll be great. Yeah, great lap from Cashing It. Wow. So let me just get the split times actually. see how the splits work as well. Now, according to sources from Hyo and Gavra, outside is 28 degrees and the track temperature is 38. So yes, it is definitely getting very hot. So yes, earlier on today, Pirelli did set a lap of 3:69. So yes, cashing it definitely set the fastest lap of the race so far. He is looking to set a faster lap. I am going to keep my close eye because I really want to see him push. Well, he's on 7.7 laps of fuel, so he can't afford to push it that hard. But he has enough in the tank, I think, to do one more lap before he goes to the pits. No driver swap, I don't think, as far as I'm aware. I think Ferrari B may have another driver swap plan, but it is quite difficult to tell sometimes about how the driver swaps are happening. Excuse me, give me a big stretch. Oh my god. That was probably the first stretch I've ever done in this stream, to be honest. As not the fastest lap this time, but still a decent lap, 3:16.6 still. So it's showing cashing it is very consistent. The second fastest man on track right now, Joshua Luke, of 3:17.7. So the mistakes he's had before is seem to be not costing him, and he's on 43 litres of fuel. So imagine what pace the Porsche is going to be when it gets to a low tank of fuel, which will be amazing to see. Now, if you excuse me for a second, guys, I am going to get myself a drink because I am pretty thirsty right now. I'll be back in about a minute. I will keep the stream going, of course, but until then, not much coverage from the GTE cars. So I'll get Jacko. So I'll see you in about a minute whilst I go and get a drink. See you there. And just as I was about to get a drink, the cat decided to come into my room and start getting attention. Typical. So I just had a sip of a drink. I just filled one up as well, so it's all ready to go. Just to get me through the last 2 and a bit hours of this Le Mans 24 hours. Malchus cats. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm not talking to you guys in the stream, I'm talking to the cat who almost bit me. I've got to be careful with my cat now. I think she'll probably start rubbing against me, I think. Pretty soon. So so far I've done about Soon it'll be coming up to about 12 hours of commentary I've done for this 24 hours. Which is quite a lot, to tell you the truth. Never done this amount of commentary in one day before. It's been great stuff. And Jacko's still the leading GT at the moment. And with Lucky not that far behind, catching up very closely indeed. So some great stuff. I know certainly after this stream I will be definitely having some music blaring on and having a nap, so I will need it. So, more interesting Le Mans facts actually, just until we get some driver swaps in. I forgot where I was, but hey. So more driver records that happened in this very circuit in Le Mans. Entries with most constructors was 17 with Francois Migaut. Most entries with the same constructor, Bob Wallach with Porsche, 1975 to 1983. (1986 to 1990), 1993 as well, and of course 1996 to 2000. Incredible stuff. Most entries as teammates, Tracy Cohn and Nicholas Johnson, 2006 to 2018. Most finishes was Derek Bell with 19. And most retirements, Henry Pascalo with 18. So all in all, some very interesting records to tell you the truth. And if any of you guys missed my interesting facts and want to know about it again, then I will be reading some at some point throughout the stream. Interesting fact from Boniface. He's gone from crashing pretty much every race and having no consistency in his first season of one on AOR last year to getting through a 24-hour without incident at all. That is brilliant stuff. That just shows you never give up, and you guys will improve within time. That's my advice to the drivers right now, is to not give up whatsoever with this. And also tell me what your favourite part of Le Mans is so far. Of this Gavra Racing Le Mans, which has worked out to be very well. The track temperature is starting to get higher. It does look very hotter than I've seen it before. So it does make the conditions very tricky for the drivers, especially. Another big stretch from the Jess. To make it through the last 2 hours. My cat definitely wants some more attention right now. She's probably like, why aren't you giving me attention? Well, I'm trying to commentate as well, so this quite difficult to pay attention a little bit, but we are keeping track at the moment, which is good. We've got Joshua Luke in the Dreamy RT. I'll just give you a rundown of the standings now, the updated standings. Cashing it. 381 laps separating between him and him. So he's on 381 laps. Joshua Luke's on 374 laps, his team. Gas RT of Interceptor, 361. And the gap between the GTEs now is closing in like a hawk at the moment. Last time I checked it was 1 minute and 18. It's now 1 minute and 6 separating those two. Going to be extremely close indeed between those two GTEs. Cypher Knight 10 laps down on the other two GTEs, but he's not showing signs of giving up, which is absolutely brilliant. And I wonder what the drivers will be thinking during these last 2 hours about stints. There will be a lot of driver swaps happening soon. We're doing 2 hours, a few people doing an hour and 30-minute stints, and some people just doing an hour stint just so they could get a good pace, possibly gain fastest lap of the race maybe. Try and gain some more time. Possibly they want to gain more of their fastest drivers in the last few stints. That can possibly happen. You never know. So we will definitely be looking at those gaps here. As Interceptor's had another lap time invalidated, which will reflect badly on the timings for the team. That's allowed Joshua Luke to stretch the gap a bit more. Cashing it, having a few invalidated lap times. And just to let you know about invalidated lap times, if you're just watching the stream. Basically, they will be counted towards the times at the moment. A massive shout out to all 80 of you that are still watching the stream right now. Props to you. That's still hanging in there, like me. I won't be having my lunch for another 2 hours. So, hopefully you guys are still hanging in there. Because I definitely am, hopefully. And I just heard the very bad news about someone dying, like another celebrity, which has just been tweeted on Twitter, which was a bit of a shame. But hey ho on that. That reminds me, I still need to choose my rally car for Dirt 4 at some point, which I will do at some point. So 2 hours remaining then. We're on the home stretch. I wonder what these drivers will be thinking right now. They'll be thinking when to possibly pull out the fastest lap possible. So the order you are seeing the drivers on the screen at the moment is actually quite coincidental, because that is the current order. Joshua Luke on the back of Cashing It, but Cashing It is going to be lapping Joshua Luke there. because Joshua Luke is a few laps down on cashing it at the moment. The cars are also doing very well to make sure that they keep up with the traffic as much as they can, possibly can, as well. Because it is very hard at times to keep up with the traffic as well. And it's just quite hard at times, to be sure. Now in about half an hour's time I will go for a 10-minute quick break, just so I can rest my voice a little bit, if that's okay with you guys. So an hour and 30 minutes left. I will be having a quick break, 10-minute break, and then I'll be back afterwards. So about 12:30 I will have a 10-minute break, be back at 22, and with some more action. But you're still stuck with me for a while now, which is good to see. Still going, I'm still commentating, if you're wondering. And to be honest, this dinner's been quite tricking me staying awake, probably because I only had about 5 hours sleep. But still Ferrari B pulling up some brilliant laps. I'm actually going to check the stints and see if anyone's planning to do any more stints. I think we've got a few more planned, I think, coming up soon, with 2 hours to go. So extremely good. As Schmitz is joined, though, there will be a possible driver change there at some point. So driver changes are going to change left, right and centre. We could be expecting Ferrari B to do a few driver changes, GSA. All the LMP cars will be doing another driver change before the end of the race. We have Beauty and the Beast. We'll be doing one more driver change, probably with an hour to go. So in about 55 minutes, BMB will be doing a driver change. ESR will be doing a driver change as well. Or they might have done their last driver change, I don't know. But if any of you have any drivers in the chat, it'll be good to keep you informed about when the driver change is going to happen, because it would definitely help us commentators a lot. Well, commentators, but me. So it is definitely getting hotter, since the time for the LMPs are starting to increase between Joshua and Interceptors. So we will be keeping a close eye on that as much as possible. Thoughts on the GTEs, how that is going to fare out, because I think that is going to be the closest battle we're going to see. 1 minute 6 is the pace now. Lucky, I think, is a lap down. I think, I'm not entirely sure, but that is according to what the timings are saying on my screen. Don't forget the driver swaps are up to date as possible here, just to make sure we keep it accurate. The guys at Gavra making sure the timings are getting upstairs. Aldrome is join the lobby, possibly with a driver change imminent, coming up soon. I'm going to see. Schmidt's in the lobby as well. Jacko's got 16.3 laps of fuel. 3 litres, I mean. So yes, we've got only driving for BMB and Schmidt's for ESR for the last few laps. So that is what we could expect to happen. And the reason why they have chosen that is because Oldrome and Schmidt been showing some good pace in the teams, and they want to do their best to catch up. And this can make the GT battle very interesting. They'll almost be in the same lap soon. But with endurance racing, anything can happen. So. And that is what the most important part of endurance racing is. Making sure that you guys have the focus that you need to make sure you get it to the end of this race as much as possible, because it is quite hard at times. As I do believe we have a few people in the pits. Cypher is going to the pits right now. No driver change at the moment because we have no drivers from that team there. And so he is waiting for the pits now. Possibly another driver change, you never know. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out throughout the last hour of this race, and make sure you don't miss the last few laps of this race, because this could definitely be very, very important. So make sure that they live up to their expectations. So we've got an hour and 50 minutes left of this. Cashing it. Still in the lead of this thrilling 24 hours or more. If you didn't know, Ferrari B has dominated this race since about from the first hour onwards, and has controlled the race since then. David Ben wants me to ask my driver of the day. Well, there's a few drivers I haven't actually seen on track because they were doing stints when I was not commentating. And I don't know who my driver of the day is. Suki, I think she's done a great job for Beauty and the Beast, bringing the pace up to make sure that their car goes in the lead of the class. She's been amazing. Also her teammates, Jacko, has done well as well, with Oldrome having a very good first stint earlier on yesterday. Also, massive shout out to Addis Sim Racing that's in the chat as well. As far as the LMPs are concerned, I can't really tell, to be honest, because all of them have done superb. Pirelli definitely did a good start at the beginning of the race. making sure they controlled it from the start. Oh, and cashing it's gone a bit into the gravel. But that probably didn't matter because the next team are a few laps down anyway. But the Dreamy RT team has also done very well to go from a 7-lap deficit to being second. So they've been doing very well as well. So it is a bit hard to tell for the LMPs who I think should be driver of the day. It's quite a tricky, quite a difficult move, I think. Just to tell, I think, who I think should be driver of the day. That's why I'm not going to answer that question for the LMPs, unfortunately, because they're all doing a superb job. I can't really single out one person for doing some great stuff because they all done some great stuff. AD Sim Racing felt gutted that they had to retire the car of the Audi because of the game where we got disqualified, but they're still supporting Le Mans 24 hours, which is great to see. Great to see teams that are out still supporting other teams, which just goes to show how very good a community Gavra's is. So almost with an hour and a half to go, these drivers will have a lot of thinking to do in their heads to make sure that they are up to their expectations and make sure that they work hard to get through the most difficult stage of Le Mans, well, not the most difficult, but the most tiresome mentally. So as much as possible. And the drivers are definitely keeping up as much as possible as well. Again, we'll be watching the GTEs throughout the last an hour and a half, keeping our close eye on those two because the battle is heating up. And now I'm going to see if I can find some more interesting Le Mans facts. I actually found some race records actually, which I'll go through. Longest distance covered in real life was 397, 5,410.7 kilometers. Was an Audi R15 TDI Plus in 2010. Fastest lap in the race was a 3:17.4. So that record was definitely broken in this Le Mans race here, because Cash In It has got a 3:16.6, so Cash In It has definitely broke the record there. Fastest lap for qualifying was a 3:14.7, and that was by Kamui Kobayashi with a Toyota TS50 hybrid in 2017. Oh, that'll be great, Sue. That'll be great. I may as well keep going then and have no breaks. So I was going to have a 10-minute break, but I may as well keep going then. Thanks, Sue. Yeah, that'll be great. So I won't be alone. Sue will be joining me in about 45 minutes. So that'll be good, because Evil was meant to be joining me, but unfortunately he had to be quiet due to his mum being asleep. And we've got some GTE driver swaps coming then. We're going to watch those quickly. Jacko has gone out, and I think we've got Oidrome swapping from Beauty and the Beast right now. They're swapping around. And regarding Lucky, I do believe it is... Oh. Lucky is still waiting in the pits right now. And Schmidt is ready to take over. So we've got Oidrome and Schmidt going to do the final stints for the team, because they are the fastest in their team for the classes. I will be watching the timing sheets. Will that gap seem to close a bit more? I don't know. We will be watching, do not worry. More facts about Le Mans actually. Smallest winning margin was 20 metres. And that was in 1966 between two Ford GT40s. That was the same year that England won the World Cup. Interesting fact there. Largest winning margin was 349 kilometres in 1927 from a Bentley. I do believe there's still a Bentley in the game in Project Cars 2, which I haven't tried driving before. A classic Bentley, as it were. I might try and drive it at some point. As I do believe I'm keeping an eye on the app. We've got Schmidt on track now for European Sim Racing then. Final driver swaps for those two GTEs. I'm not entirely sure if Cypher will be switching again. They are scheduled to do so, so we could expect someone to change with an hour to go. So that'll be good. Not much change between the LMP drivers as far as drivers is concerned at the moment, but we could see a few of their fastest drivers do some fastest stints. We could see Pirelli doing another stint, maybe. But we don't know. By Hire and Gavra are definitely keeping us up to date with those driver swaps, so it's all good. It's all good. Job's a good one. So I needed a sad face in the chat there. I wasn't meant to do a sad face. It's a problem with typing bad on my phone. So more interesting facts then. I'm going to see what the gap is between the GTEs now. Still, I haven't actually updated the timing sheet. 1 minute 15. So, Euro Sim Racing gained about 1 second in that pit stop. So that was a good pit stop. Schmidt's on a faster lap time with a 4 minute there. So the gap is closing. They're on the same lap now. They were a lap down. Now they're on the same lap. This could be interesting. This could definitely go towards the last hour. I really do hope to see some battles between these GTEs, really, to be honest. So it will be great. So obviously there's not much happening up front as far as the GTEs are concerned. The GTE battle is definitely one of my favourite battles of the race so far. Because whilst I was doing my stint overnight, it was Euro Sim Racing that was in the lead. And then whilst I was asleep, some dramatic things happened with Euro Sim Racing, which caused Beauty and the Beast to take the lead of the class. Oh my god, oh Drome's... Oh no! As I was saying, it was doing well. Another commentator's curse. Oh my god. A bit of a shunt. I can see a bit of damage already. I was saying there was going to be a battle, but I didn't think it was going to be that close. Oh my god. I'm very sorry, Beauty and the Beast. I think I've done a bit of commentator's curse. Ah, no. What a shame. He'll probably have to pit soon for repairs. He seems to be slowing on lap time. I'll be looking at lap times now and seeing if that changes. If you just joined us, we've seen old Drome shunting it. He almost went into the wall again. He is struggling quite a lot for grip now. The track is getting a bit hotter now. Let's see where Schmidt is now. Schmidt's, I think, just past the start-finish line, I believe. No, he's not. He's on the Pays de la Loire. Where is old? Oh my God. Wait a second. I can't really tell really what's going on. Schmitz might be in the lead again. Well, I don't know. We didn't see him go past, but Oldrome will need to pit, which could change dramatically the lead of this race. Yes, I'm sorry, Soup. To be honest, I have had so many commentators' curses in this stream. Especially the overnight stream, I had quite a lot. So, I'm not going to jinx it. Oh my God. So, going back to the LMPs then. Cashing it, about to start lap 389. I think they will be aiming for the lap record, which will be brilliant stuff, I think. And going into the last stint, if the team is doing a last stint, knowing that if you bottle it, you'll throw away your team's effort for the last 22 hours and weeks of practice. So the ones doing the last stints will be a bit under pressure. For Team Dreamy, Ghost Hunter will be doing the last stint when it will be an hour to go. So we'll be waiting to see how that happens, how that prevails, see what happens. Now, due to that shunt that Oldrome has had, how has it affected the timings? Oh, has it changed ever so slightly? I will wait until it's updated fully to know for definite. Because Cyper, oh no, I'm looking at the wrong person. Cyper doing well. Oldrome is going through Indianapolis now. And where is Schmitz? Schmitz is almost going through the same corner. Porsche curves. Yes, Oldrome had to pit early. Oh my God. This is going to change the order. He's going to pit for damage. I do see damage on his front bumper. We're all keeping a close eye. He had to pit earlier than he thought. He had plenty of fuel, but due to that damage, he had to pit a bit earlier. There was one sent already. Yeah, see, there was one sent already to the broadcaster account, I believe, because I think Gavra was on it at the start of the race, so I'm sure you could just join from there if you have an invite. And Oldrome is going out. Where is Schmitz? Oh, it's ever so close. About 10-15 seconds. Oh my God. This is going to be interesting between these guys. These two are the fastest GTs in the teams. He knows he's not that Schmitz and Older not that far behind now. Schmitz is definitely might be on a high at the moment, on hyping. Schmitz must be aiming for that win now in the class. He must be. He thinks he wants to do well. So, yes, indeed-o. So almost an hour and a half of this endurance race and GTE battles. We're gonna have one. We're gonna have one. I was praying for one. I was hoping it would be towards the end, but it happened earlier than we thought. It's going to be a very hard last stint, but Lucky's in the chat. Lucky's teeth must be clattering right now with nerves, praying for his team to catch up to this guy. Oh, why did it not let me select? Oh no, wait. Oldrome, silly me. And it definitely breathtaking. So let me just check quickly the timings. Oh, very close. 46 seconds. I'm sure it's more than that. I'm sure it's less than that. I'm sure it is. because Schmitz is going through the straight now. And Old Drome is going through the first half of the Porsche curbs. Oh, Old Drome's binned it again in the gravel. Old Drome is definitely starting to feel the pressure now, especially with this damage, but he can't let that pressure get to him. He has definitely got to focus now on trying to get this car home, so... which I hope he does, to be honest. We will see what happens as we go forward. I'm not relying on the live timings that much because they're on the same lap. I'll be keeping an eye on the battles on track. So where is Schmitz now? Schmitz is going through that tricky left-hander here. We are closely oh, they're definitely, they must be about 10 seconds behind. 10 seconds. Must be. Definitely. Definitely 10 seconds. It's gotta be. Yeah, it's about 11 seconds. I thought it was 11 seconds. I got it right! I judged the gap quite nicely. How did I predict it was about 10 seconds? 11 seconds. I must have done a lot of mental math to get that right. So yeah, shaping up to be very good. Old Drone can't afford to make mistakes anymore. I don't want to jinx anymore, to be honest. As Hello Champs has just joined the chat, the lobby. So he'll be doing the last stint, I believe, for team. Let me just check. Team Gas RT. Let's look at the LMP battle then, because we were concentrating more on the GTEs. We don't usually do this, because we usually mainly concentrate on the GTEs, but you know. The LMPs, cashing it for Ferrari B, is still in the lead. With, I believe, Joshua Luke in second, with a 24.57 gap, but there are a few laps down, of course. And yes, I was right. Pirelli will be doing the last stint for Team Ferrari B. Again, he was the one who did overtake at the start. So I'm not surprised that Pirelli will be doing the last stint for Ferrari B. I think they'll be doing the last hour, but not entirely sure. Hello Champs, we've got Hello Champs waiting at the moment. I'm very excited to see how this battle unfolds at the moment. And massive shout out to all 16 of you that are watching the stream currently. Hope you're enjoying it. It's been some great battles in this stint, to say the least, which is what we like to hear. Me saying here in the most weirdest fashion, but the Cypher the lone GTE running his own race at the moment, still managing to survive this team, which is really good. Showing some good pace, I believe, in this track. 356 is the track climatization is definitely getting a bit hotter. So this is where the drivers still have to manage their tyres. But it will be quite tricky in these conditions because they'll have to try and stay awake and manage their tyres. That is quite hard. And Inceptor is going to do his final lap before he switches with his teammate Hello Champs to his last stint for the last an hour and a half. So we could see a lot of driver swaps incoming, guys. This will be the last time I think driver swaps will happen. So it'll be a normal race stint pretty much. So there'll be some people that have had sleep. They could possibly do these stints quite nicely if they had decent sleep. Pirelli, I believe, did an overnight stint. I think he did. Yeah, I did. I should have been paying attention because I was doing the stint. So he had a decent amount of sleep to make sure he recovered, ready to do his final stint for the team and bring the car home. Joshua Luke, 23.5 litres of fuel. Ghost Hunter will be joining, will be replacing him in about half an hour's time for that driver swap. So should be fun there. And if you just joined us, you're probably quite shocked to hear that the GTE battles have changed. Beauty and the Beast are leading, but due to that mistake that Oldro made, the gap is now from 1 minute to 9 seconds. It was 12 a minute ago, now it's 9 seconds. It's all to play for the GTE battle. The lead can change during the pit stops. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see how Schmidt is doing with fuel. He's doing alright with fuel. He can manage that, I think. So he's got 60.3 litres of fuel. How is Oldrome doing with fuel? Oh, those two are incredibly close by with fuel. This is going to be interesting. Yes, I agree, Boniface. The GTE class is definitely going to go down to the wire. So, I'm very looking forward to seeing that develop. So we've got Pirelli and Allo Champs waiting in the wings, ready to do their stints. Let's see how their cars are doing on fuel. Cash in it. 4.7. So are we doing his final lap soon? Well, in his final lap now, before he hands over the car to Pirelli. Inceptor, 3.4 litres of fuel, so Team GAS will be pitting and switching drivers very soon to Allo Champs. Interceptor having a very great recovery drive at the moment. Oh! As I was saying, he went into the grass almost, but he recovered that quite nicely. How they managed to survive with those laps of fuel is amazing. I've noticed that Interceptor has used a lot of fuel already, and hybrid as well. So Interceptor going into the pits then for our final driver swap for Gaz. Then that is going to happen. So here we go, as he's about to change. Hopefully this will be a quick pit stop. Positions doesn't matter, I think, for the moment. They just want to make sure they bring the car home. That's the most important thing. I think they didn't pit much damage, so I don't think the pit stop is going to be that long. And the interesting thing about the GTEs is they joined the lobby at the same time, so they see each other and don't ghost. Oh my god! That is going to be one battle to see for the GTEs. I am so excited. Oh my god. I'm still keeping an eye on the timings as we speak to see the gap is closing. 8.8 seconds. Schmidt has gained 1 point something seconds already in that lap. That is amazing. If he gains that a lap, he will probably catch up to Oldrome. Almost certainly. And Interceptor is going out. Allo Champs is about, yeah, Allo Champs is going out of the pits to do the last stint for Team Gas RT. Allo Champs, I think they've chosen him because he's one of the faster drivers. Allo Champs doing earlier on, Allo Champs was doing a longer stint than he was intended, trying to recover from the laps due to him not being around, the team not being around, but they're still in a race, so that is very good to see. So a lot of you guys want to see the GTEs. So that, hold on, wait a minute, no, wait. Oldrome is going through the start-finish straight now. And where is Schmitz? Schmitz is going, oh, I can see them. I can see both of them quite close. And since they joined the lobby at the same time, we can have some very interesting overtake between these two Corvettes. The gap must be slowly increasing as Schmidt. It is quite hard to see like who's driving for what because yes, and we got another driver swap as well of Pirelli. So Pirelli doing the last stint for Team Ferrari B. Their team must be out. Oh! Wait a second. Did I see someone go in the wall or something? I don't know. I saw an LMP. Must be my imagination. No, it must be in my imagination. But anyway, we are watching this battle unfold then with these GTEs. Thunderhead's teeth must be clattering as well with nerves as well. 7 seconds. Now, 7 seconds. Schmitz is definitely gaining a second a lap. Oh my god. I know I keep saying oh my god. I've been saying oh my god more than evil. And that is saying something I keep nicking his sayings and I shouldn't really be doing it. But that is what I do. That is what I do. I'm going mad. Yes, I am going mad. And Mr. Evil Dragon is in the chat. For the first time in a while. Oh my god! Yes, I don't know I keep saying that. I just don't know. I'm going mad. I didn't, to be honest, when I say that word, I say it without knowing I said it. And then when I said it, oh, right, you know. But hey ho. So LMP's about to lap a GTE. I can see GT2, blah, 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 blah. Losing words here, and it's almost nearly an hour to go. That is crazy right now. We're definitely going to be watching that. As I've got some more interesting facts regarding some race records. The highest average race speed winner was... Oh, Bolly said that. Did I? No, I didn't. No, I'll say it anyway. I'll say it again if I didn't say it, but ho. Highest average race speed winner was 225 kilometers, 140 miles per hour by an RDR15. That was race speed, the winner. Highest average lap speed qualifying, 251 kilometers, 157 miles per hour in 2017 when they did their flying lap there. As I can see Schmidt pulling up some really decent lap times already to try and close in onto Old Drome. So 23 of you watching right now, you have joined at the right time, guys, for some battles incoming, especially for the GTAs. For me, it was actually quite foggy this morning when I got up at about 10 o'clock. It is starting to brighten up. Actually, it's raining now. It's raining cats. Well, it's not raining cats and dogs, but hi ho. So, as we've said, then I will be. Oh my brightness on my phone's gone a bit weird. Suit will be joining me in the commentary box in about 20 minutes time to take us through the last hour. We've got Robitro PS4 in the chat saying great work, guys. Thank you very much. Have you been enjoying it as much as we are? Schmidt, lap time last lap was a 3:53.7 and Old was 3:54.9. Gap now, let's see, hold on. Six seconds now. 6 seconds. He is definitely on to take the win. He is definitely taking it clean as possible. Hope you guys are watching. I hope you guys are watching the live timings as well, just to keep an eye on what's going on. And as we've got, if you just joined us, We are joining us in a fooling race, and the GTE battles are going to shape up to be one of the closest. And we've got a lap record, I think, going to be set by T Ferrari B at some point as well. So that'll be good, extremely good. And what's been your favourite part of Le Mans so far? Of this Gavra Le Mans? Will there be a moment you would like to watch back? Because there will be a few drivers that will be watching the race back. They have stints, seeing how they did as much as possible. And doing as much as possible as well. So let's go through the LMPs because we didn't get much coverage for them. Pirelli is in the lead for Team Ferrari B. 394 laps he's completed so far with the team, compared to Joshua Luke 357. There will be a driver swap incoming for Dreamy, I believe, because I think Ghost Hunter will be changing in about with an hour to go, I believe. Boniface to correct me if I'm wrong. And that is great to see at the moment. And watch we can. And in second is Josh, as we said, in the Porsche. I think he's the fastest man on track right now, but I think Pirelli, we haven't got much lap times at the moment. So we'll keep you updated on that. And, oh, no, not him. Allo Champs in third in the last LMP car, because obviously the Audi has retired. And, so, we'll not just have one other commentator joining me, we'll have two. So we'll have so all the commentators have commentated so far throughout this stint will be doing the last hour together for like the first time in 24 hours. So that should be fun. Yes, yeah. Threesome in the box, yes indeed. We are starting to get a bit of lagging, evil. Only joking. Every time we get someone in the pit box, it just lags. Oh god. I'm glad I'll have someone joining me because I will need someone to keep me sane for the last hour and a bit. But, you know, people think I have nothing better to do on a Sunday, but it's been fun. It's been fun. So, what's the gap now between the GTEs? And Gavro has just put the timing link in the YouTube chat. So if you want to keep up to date with that, that'll be great. And, oh my, I nearly said evil's word. I nearly said evil's word. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. 4 seconds. 4.3 seconds now, the gap between Schmidt and Aldrome. I am glad I'm doing this stint now. I want to see this battle develop. I can see both of them on my screen right now. I hope you guys will still be watching with us. Don't go away, because we could see. I do see. Oh, I do see it happening. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I see Schmitz in front of Zoldrome? Did I miss a battle? Did I miss a battle here? I don't know. Because I definitely see Schmitz in front of Aldrime. As Ghost Hunter is doing the final stint for Dreamy RT then. Yeah, I definitely see Schmitz in front of Oldrome. It might be me, I don't know. Yes, I do. It is definitely. So it looks like there's a change in leader, I believe. So ESR is now in the lead again. Oh, Oldrome spun according to Evil Dragon. So another big mistake from Oldrome. I can't believe I missed it. Sorry about that, guys. But the gap is closing. I was just concentrated. God, if we missed it, I'm really sorry. It is quite hard when it's only just me in the commentary box to try and keep up with all these battles. Can't believe you've done this, says Evil. Well, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. We have Dromos in the chat as well. Hello. As Oldrome has gone in the gravel. I see he's got a bit of damage. I don't think he has. But his tyre temperature is increasing quite a lot. So he seems to be slowing down on pace a little bit. Again, I'm very sorry that I missed that battle. Oh my god, I feel gutted. Yep, Oldrome is definitely running slow right now. And Oldrome apparently is not showing any live times. 4.7 seconds now separating him and Schmitz. I should have kept my eye on the GTEs mainly, really, but I didn't. Although Oldrome is definitely struggling by the sounds of things. He keeps clipping corners. And he must be under intense pressure because his team was in the lead for about 3 or 4 hours. And now he's back into second place. But can he catch up to first? We'll see. So we've got 1 hour, 10 minutes to go of this Le Mans special. Who's been your driver of the day so far? Let us know in the chat. Massive shout out to 23 of you that are watching the stream right now. There's been a few gaps in the streaming, but apart from that, we have streamed most of this 24 hours. Some of it with no commentary. Most of it with. And it is all to play for here coming up as well. So where is Schmitz now in comparison to... Where is he? I can't... Oh, no, he's there. There he is. So Schmitz is going through the first straight there. And Old is quite close indeed. He's going close. He's not giving up. Look at that. He's still about 4.7 seconds down the line, but the timings may not have updated. So, oh, big stretch again. Jesus Christ, man. But I think what's going to help with the last hour, when we have a battle, the other two guys in the comm box will have access to the cameras as well. They can have free reign as well. So if they see a battle that I can't see, they can just be like, oh god. And we could see some more battles going on with the GTE class. I won't be surprised if that happens. And if you are liking the Gavra Racing channel, make sure you hit that like button and turn notifications on so you know when to see a stream next. The latest season for Gavra Racing is mainly classic cars. I do believe sign-ups are still open. So if you want to sign out, check the Gavra Racing website, which is posted in the chat. gavraracing.ultravista.org. I can't believe I said the website out loud in a stream, but hey ho. in about 10 minutes time. There will be a little bit of a interlude with the coverage. Well, not interlude with the coverage, but what you're seeing whilst I invite 2 people into the party. So I'll be doing that in about 9 minutes time. So we'll keep an eye on the GTEs because I don't think the LMPs are closing in as much. So don't you worry. The GTEs are going to be our main focus for this last hour and a bit. But we will slide it into the LMPs. See what happens with them. Pirelli, I do believe, has hit the lap record. Let me just check. Yes, he has equalled the lap record at the moment, and he'll soon beat it. He'll soon be on 398 laps, so he'll be on 398 laps soon, and will beat the real life record of how many laps are there in a race, which is incredible stuff from Ferrari B. Some great pace. So, where is Schmidt now? Gap's now 5.7, so Oldrome is slowing down slightly. Schmidt is gaining some more pace there. Schmidt's on a 3:52. Old has lost 2 seconds between Schmidt because Old is on a 3:54 right now. 3:54.1. I think a second now. I believe. So a few mistakes from Oldrome has definitely cost him in this stint, to be honest. We can still see him in the background. Wait, do I see it LMP? Wait a second. I thought I'd see the LMP bottle it, but I didn't. It was just my imagination. So, and if possible, I think what we might do is we might get an interview with the winning team from each class. So we could possibly try and do that, because that'll be nice. Well, obviously any of the drivers are still in, of course. I think an LMP's about to lap the GTE. Yes, they are. That's probably going to slow down Oldrome's pace just a little bit, but I think they're ghosting. Good advantage of the good advantage of the ghosting feature. You can tell I'm losing my mind already, aren't I? But I've got my drink with me, so it's all good. I've already used up my top data. Oh my god. Right, hold on a second. I will need to top up a lot of data now. Hold on a second. I've just run out of data on my phone because I've been hotspotting. So excuse me a second whilst I sort that out. That's so I can't see the live timings at the moment because my phone died. So, oh, wait a second. Fingers crossed it loads. I don't want to disconnect from the lobby or anything. So I've used like so much data, it's unreal. So, 1 hour and 4 minutes remaining. The drivers are definitely thinking, what should they do to keep this pace going, I think. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that these guys do well. my thing on my mobile is still loading, so I can't see the chat right now. This is getting interesting. And I don't want to connect to the Wi-Fi because otherwise the stream's gonna die, so I am trying to get some data sorted for you at some point. So it is anyone's game now. So already, I think the leaders for the LMPs are still haven't changed. With Pirelli in the first, Ghost Hunter in second, and Allo Champs in third. And so again, what has been your favourite part of Le Mans so far? So I'm going to do the quick change of bolt-ons quickly for my phone, just to get more data ready for later. And just a quick, because I'm an idiot for using up so much data on my phone throughout this Le Mans. It's just absolute crazy. But I fixed it now, so I can hopefully see the chat now. So there we go, all sorted. So hopefully I can update the live timing at some point as well. So if I connect to my hotspot again, there we go. Let me just change it ever so slightly. There we go. And it was definitely a great decision for ESR to let their fastest driver take on the hunt, which is Schmitz, because he seems to be quite more constant and less under pressure than Old Drome. Now it's 6.5 seconds the gap. So to anyone to play for, they can't lose it now. So there's going to be a short break with the coverage whilst we get the two commentators that will be joining me through this. So just give me a second. You'll still be able to hear me though. So just give me a moment. There we go. Cool. And I bet you, whilst I'm inviting people, there will be on-track action. Right. Oh. Almost got it. Invite. So soon you'll have 2 more people. So there we go, we're back with the coverage. I've just invited both of you. So 1 hour remaining then. It is on the home stretch for these guys. Some of them will be a bit tired. Some of them want to get to the end. They've got to make sure they do it. And
oh God,
I am joined by Evil and Soup for the last hour or so.
some evil soup has joined us.
And I'd like to make it known that I am eating soup right now.
He is self-cannibalism.
You're actually eating soup. That is good. That is good, and I'm eating nothing. I'm lucky.
What does the souls of your victims of yourselves taste like, soup? What do you taste like? What's that?
Can confirm I'm out of soup.
Oh, you're out of soup now, are you?
Just eat your hands.
And I don't.
You've got a donut.
I do.
Yeah, mate, talking about food is making me hungry.
Don't worry, there's only minutes left on the clock now instead of hours.
57 minutes and 50 seconds to go.
Because last time I looked at the clock, there was 14 hours.
Yeah, last time I looked at the clock properly was 4 hours? No, 5 hours? I can't remember. It's been a long time ago anyway.
7 minutes. I'm into my 11th hour of commentating now.
Dedication. Dedication from you, Evil.
Ferrari B cannot possibly bottle this now.
Unless they disconnect.
Don't say that, Evil.
But even if they crash and are out, I mean, if they crash like half an hour to go, they're still going to win.
Yeah, I think so. Because there's so many laps ahead of the Ghost Hunter, Dreamy RT. Then there's no way that they're not going to win unless they disconnect, like I said. And Pirelli's already broken the lap record of this circuit, 401 laps, may I add. So well done. And Ghost Hunter not that far from breaking the real life lap record as well. So extremely good stuff. And 5.5 now seconds is separating the GTE class at the moment.
That's good. That gap's come down. Last time I looked at it, it was 7.8.
Yeah, so Old Drome is definitely looking to improve and overtake Schmitz.
Both drivers are on low fuel, by the way, as well, so both expect them to come in within the next 5 to 6 laps.
When will they pit, though? That's the question.
Well, both have got 14 litres.
They're only pitting around the same time.
Yeah, they did pit the same time last time, roughly. If I remember. I can't remember.
14.1 litres versus 14.4 litres.
So we will be keeping a close eye on that as well.
It's going to come right down to the wire.
Yes. I'm excited.
I mean, I think it was Le Mans 2017 where there was the pass for the GTE lead happened on the last lap.
Yes.
Between the Aston Martins, something like that.
That was fun to watch. That last lap battle. I do see Old Drome. I can see Old Drome and also Schmitz closing up already. That's good.
They're in the same camera shot.
That camera shot, there we go.
23 hours and 5 minutes.
23 hours and 20 minutes. We have 2 cars in the same camera shot who are actually trying to race.
Yeah.
Wow.
And since they joined the lobby at the same time, there'll be no ghosting. So that could be interesting as well. So maybe Old Drome will.
That caused issues for one of the drivers earlier. It was Grunting who collided with Beauty and the Beast earlier. Actually, they about 15 hours to go. They were coming through Indianapolis, and Thunderhead was on the inside. And because the two of them joined at the same time, then they collided, and there was a massive incident.
Yeah, the one I missed, I think.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of shunts. There's also been a lot of good moves, I think, as well. And possibly Old Drome might get the undercut on mids in the pit stops.
Yes.
So it'll be all to play for there. And I think Ghost Hunter will probably get second for the Dreamy RT unless he bottles it, so first and second are pretty much confirmed, but I'm not going to jinx anything, so I don't want to get any more commentators cursed on any of them, so...
Well, that's pretty much confirmed as well, because the other LMP1 car is not here by the looks of it.
Nope, he retired during my overnight stint due to a glitch of the game, saying they got disqualified. So... Which was a bit of a shame, actually, since I think it was Alid at the time that was racing, and I saw no car there, and it was a bit of a sad moment, I think, but... And also, I do believe Allo Champ's car disconnected, I think, for a bit. So that's why they're so many laps down at the moment. But they are back in the race anyway. Because when I woke...
Siphonite's done 49 laps so far in this stint.
That's good.
Which is about 3-4 hours so far.
Yeah, I've seen...
laps.
I have seen him do a lot of... I think I've seen him do a stint since I started my last com stint, to be honest, at 10:30 today. So...
It's over 150 minutes in the car, so that's
great stuff.
2.5 hours to 3 hours.
That is impressive. We have seen a few drivers do that. And Spirit Duval actually does 4-hour stints.
Yeah, that's a lot of stints. Whoa, Old Rome's pushing. He almost lost it.
Oh, yes, I can see them both in the same camera shot though. It is closing.
Now you can see him.
You might get different camera shots to me, but 1 second, 1.6 seconds separating them both now. But if we think it's all over, it's not. Between these two GTE cars, I could find...
It definitely doesn't look like it's going to be over for any time soon. They head into the first chicane, and it is the Schmitz leading ahead of the rival Corvette 1-2, and his Old Rome second, so going to be a happy day for the American team at least. Both leading 1-2 ahead of the Italians. Ferrari, mile back, Siphonite not had the best of luck today. Only a lap down though, so it's not a bad showing at all.
I think these guys are going to be making a pit stop at the end of this lap.
Yeah, they will. They are on about 7.4 litres of fuel each, pretty much. Well, Schmitz is anyway. I don't know how. Old's on 6.2, so Old Drone will definitely need to pit. I think
so. Old Drum's going to try the undercut.
Yes, which might work. It might not.
They'll pit at the same time.
It is the battle of the pit crews then.
What I mean by the undercut is going to try and fuel less to get out in front of him.
Yeah.
Can he manage to last that fuel to the end of the race though?
Yeah, they've got to balance that up as well. So
yeah,
there's a real strategy bit in this.
Should be able to do an hour stint on the fuel easily. So
they do last longer than LMPs, of course. So
yeah, they're built for it. So let's find out when they come through Indianapolis for now the umpteenth time, the 236th time they've come through that now.
LMP must be near 400 at this point.
403 for Ferrari B.
Jesus.
That is crazy.
400 laps around Le Mans.
Leading by 26 minutes now. About 7 laps ahead.
That's accurate. I don't know how you worked out that. I'm not good at math.
Timings.
Oh.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'm stupid.
I'm a genius.
Though when the stream, the timings were down, I did guess pretty accurately the timings.
Well, that's pretty accurate.
Well, to be honest, the timings were glitched during my overnight stint, so I had to guess some of the gaps, to be honest, as well. So that was quite tricky.
Right. Here we go then. Pit stop for the two GTE leaders.
Ooh.
49 minutes on the clock.
Schmitz is pitting. Yep, they're both pitting. We're going to follow them into the pits then. Schmidt's coming into the pits first.
Battle of the pit crews then. Who's it going to be? Corvette v Corvette crew.
Yes.
There's going to be Euro versus the Beauty and the Beast.
Who's going to come out first? I think Old Drome is in front of the pit window of Schmidt, so I'll be following their camera. Will they go for full fuel or will they risk it? Old Drome will probably go for less fuel, and so I think Old Drome will probably risk it. Get the undercut.
The tank.
Oh no, he is filling the tank.
They're both up.
The tank. Yeah,
Oh, so it is a battle just to see how much any damage they got. I think Old Drome did get a bit of damage, so I think this could be Old Drome's to lose, I think.
It's such a long pit to remember, because they're both
Schmidt's leading.
Schmidt's leading.
Corvette leads of the Smiths, and Old Drome staying in there for a little while.
And he's gonna
And
go
now he leaves.
Still close.
Yes. It's not over until the fat lady sings. Can't believe I said that.
But in the end, Schmidt actually probably gained a bit of time.
Yeah, there was a bit more damage, I think, on the car for Old Drome.
I wouldn't call it over yet though, so 47 minutes on the clock. The gap is about 3 seconds.
Righty, meanwhile, 3:17 dead. New fast lap of the entire day, I'm pretty certain now.
No.
16.8.
No, 16. No, it was 16.6 earlier by it was the driver before Pirelli. I forgot who it was.
Flip.
No, it wasn't Flip. It was
Was it Interceptor maybe?
No, it wasn't Interceptor. It was it was the other driver in Ferrari B.
Cashing it.
Cashing it, yeah. It was a 3:16.6. Fastest lap.
You stupid.
So they're already breaking the race record already, as well. So 2 records that Ferrari B had broken then already. So don't forget Toyota. It's quite a fast car in this game. Already.
Yeah, it's quick, but the Porsche mathematically should be quicker, and the Audi should also be quicker. But that just shows the Toyota. It's care of its tyres, care of its fuel. Remember, these two are both going to be coming in soon, Alla and Pirelli, by the way, because they both have under 10 litres of fuel. Well, exactly, Alla has 10 litres of fuel on the dot.
Yeah.
So probably coming in soon, but the gap is closing again between Schmidt and Old Drome.
Yeah.
Sitting around 5 seconds now, I think.
Oh, right. I thought it'd be less than that, but I'm sure.
No, Old Drome, he lost a big chunk of time in the pit lane. Because he actually missed his box. I don't know if he
That was
but
what
he went to the wrong box. And then came
Yes,
back
I
out.
did see. I think. Jonah in the chat is telling Old Drome to stay strong in the final 45 minutes, which is good advice, I think.
Yeah.
So
3/4 of an hour to go in this 24-hour race, which we started yesterday.
Yes, that Valley's correctly started this race yesterday, otherwise it wouldn't be a 24-hour race.
Just
But it's
clarify.
coming to the end now. Yeah, just clarify, just in case anyone didn't know that.
Oh, and also this race is timed beautifully because it will end just before the Belgian Grand Prix starts.
oh, brilliant! So I can watch the GP. Yay!
Yeah, the Grand Prix starts 10 minutes after we end.
Yeah, thank
So-
you, thank you, Liberty.
Thanks, Hio.
Thanks, Hio. Thanks, Gavra. Thanks, Liberty.
The race 10 minutes later than normal. Talking about racing, the MotoGP race has been cancelled, if I'm not mistaken now.
Is it?
Due to rain.
Due to it being soggy.
I wonder how they're going to refund tickets then.
They're gonna have to.
Or postpone it. Probably postpone it.
Maybe.
Can't because it's a bank holiday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently they can't race during a bank holiday, even though nothing's going on tomorrow.
Oh, that's odd. That is strange. But right now, I think Schmidt is definitely come out the best out of the GTs at the moment. Due to a few
And
small
these guys
mistakes.
have both been battling this entire race, give or take. They were separated by around about 5 to 10 seconds in the first couple of stints. Got up to about almost half a lap. It's close back down again. So they've kept each other honest. They kept each other close. I believe Beauty and the Beast have got less drivers, don't they?
Let me just check the spreadsheets.
They've got 3 drivers.
Yeah.
Compared to, is it 4?
For who? Schmidt? Yeah, they have 4, yeah.
Beauty and the Beast has 4. So we have
yeah, they have Jackpo as well. Sorry.
Yeah,
they do.
We have Jackpo, Aldro, and Thunderhen and Suzuki. So.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
So.
I almost tweeted 40 hours to go. Not 40 hours, 40 minutes to go.
40 hours left of this.
Surprise! 40 hours left.
My sleeping pattern's already messed up because of this.
You're welcome.
Just really, the bottle job and Ollie are at the MotoGP. Oh dear.
The
bottle job brought the rain. Should have done this 24-hour race instead of going to the motorbike.
Maybe they'll do the next endurance race for Gavra.
Matty D was supposed to do this one and it never materialised.
Yeah, he pulled out and bottled it.
Yeah.
The big bottle.
Yep, Lord Bottle himself. Gap remaining around about 5 seconds.
And 42 minutes to go, and the gap's kind of stable, I think. Just have a look at the timings. 2, 3. It's actually, I think it's gone up a little bit.
It's starting to go up a small bit, but they both have exactly the same amount of fuel to the dot.
Yeah, I think it must be around 7 seconds now.
Meanwhile, Aloe Champs comes in the pit lane.
LMP.
Yeah.
GAS, they're 44 minutes behind P2s. There's absolutely no possibility of them getting second now.
Yeah.
Even if Dreamy RT were to crash now and just be out, they'd still lose by 3 minutes.
Yeah. And I think Pirelli now has the win as well, is he not?
Don't jinx it!
Not yet. Not yet. He doesn't. He has to go another 20 minutes to be guaranteed.
20 minutes, but never say never in a race like this long. 24 hours, and it's come down to 20 minutes between
in GTE. Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see, 40 minutes to go, and who's it going to be between these top 2 in the GTE category? It's going to be close.
I think so. In the same camera shot. Ish. Yeah. Yeah, you can see him.
We can see Oldrome as well, yeah.
Pirelli's in as well.
Yes, so Ferrari B in. And that'll be for his final stint, I'm presuming.
Yep.
And he'll go to the end from here.
Yeah, these guys only have a 3-man team as well, so all in all, these guys would have to drive about 8 hours each.
Wow.
Which is a hell of a drive from each of them.
Indeed, I think
on average
split it up into about 6 hours per stint, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll probably do 4 hours, you know. But they would have, they've done a hell of a lot of stints for 3 drivers.
That is very good.
If they've been saying shh in the chat.
You shush.
Yeah, you shush, Ben. Yeah.
You shush, Ben.
Only 3 drivers on the Multan right now. It's surprising after this the entire race that the field is surprisingly close despite being the gaps apart. It's still relatively close in circuit.
Yes. And the fact they had to plan some of these stints in advance just to make sure that they got it right. Most of which I think they were perfection. There were a few they had to rejig at the last minute due to pit damage, but I think each of the teams have come a long way and worked very well to get a result. And Thunderhead, one of the drivers in the chat, is still rooting for Old Drone despite the issues, and he says Old Drone's a hero whatever the result. That is a good spirit to have, a good team spirit to have, I think.
As one car passes, another goes through, and that is Alu Champs now passing Old Drone.
No, that was Pirelli. I'm sure that was Pirelli.
Pirelli passing, definitely Pirelli. The same number.
Yeah, the gap between these two drivers is now exactly 6 seconds.
Indeed, so that is one small mistake from one of the drivers, and that is all going to be. You can see the lights flashing in the background of the Corvette, the bright yellow mustard livery Corvette. We'll close up as Pirelli gets very close to the back of that bright, well, dark kind of blue, I suppose. Bright dark blue.
Bright dark blue. Evil Dragon 2018.
I think we should make a list of how many adjectives or quotes Evil's done.
Evilisms.
Yeah. There was one last night, but I can't remember it. Oh, it was like it was like you were that tired you were starting to like make up words. I can't remember what I was thinking. I can't remember.
Swear words.
I nearly said a swear word earlier. But...
Nearly.
Nearly. He almost swore live on air.
But I didn't. It's all good. It's a family-friendly stream, you see.
Ish.
Yes, we were talking about random things last night.
Talking about toast.
We were talking about how toasted you want your toast.
Yeah, how toast is your toast?
I know I talked about random things last night, and I can't remember what I talked about.
How toast is your toast?
Yeah, how much toast do you bread your toast?
I think I remember talking about finding out how the money we found on the ground or something was about £2 or whatever. Don't know how that conversation.
A wild £2.
But that was because Dan was in the chat.
All the AOR boys showed up as well. Actually, that was nice.
And
Dan, Fissy, Erty.
He was actually watching the stream until I actually stopped. At
How nice.
R4, so that was nice.
36 minutes to go then here in the 24 hours de Mar, and it is currently Pirelli dominating the race, to be said, from Ghost Hunter, who is dominating ahead of Aluchamps, but anything can still happen. Those two are surprisingly close on the circuit, by the way, Ghost Hunter and Aluchamps, despite being 20 odd minutes, maybe even more apart.
46 minutes.
46 minutes apart. They're only on the same straight right now. Of course, we lost the other team. That was with our laddie and a lad.
F1 Online Liga. Or Liga.
Yeah, F1 Liga. Fortunately retired due to issues during the night stint.
These guys were so evenly matched on pace 2 GTE cars. They're still within a tenth of a second in terms. The gap is still exactly 6 seconds. It didn't change at all.
Yeah, but it is the Schmitz leading by just about 6 odd seconds ahead of Old Rome. Siphonite a further about 3 minutes behind.
Yeah.
But
And
he's still
actually,
there.
the AOR boys, they're about to pass a milestone. They're about to start their 400th lap around the circuit.
That is good stuff from the AOR guys. The AOR people will probably be proud of those guys as well. And I think European Sim Racing will be proud of their GTE driver doing well to retain the lead after their mishaps during the morning stint while they was asleep. So that was good to see. Yeah, I think all three of us were asleep when it happened.
Yep.
So it was a shame they had the mistakes, but that didn't let them stop them, did it? So they're in the lead now. Let me just check the gap now.
5.8 seconds, I think, this time around. It's closing down rapidly now.
Not really rapidly.
No, 6.
They're pretty much evenly matched on pace. They're exactly 6 seconds.
As one leaves the chicane, one enters the chicane. It's coming down, bit by bit, slowly, but it is Old Rome who is pulling back low, I believe.
No, Evo.
Well,
I mentioned this about 5 seconds ago. The gap's still the same. It was the same last lap.
Evil, pay attention!
Schmidt was faster by 1/10 of a second. There. Then now go sit in the naughty corner.
Evil is less alert than me, and I've been doing this for God knows how long.
I think you two have had a similar commentary stint, actually. I think you're going to each have 10 hours done.
No,
Yeah.
I've done about... I've done 6.
4 plus 8. No, you did 4. 5 plus then 4 in the morning. Yeah, you've done a lot.
Yeah, I've done 2 till 7, which was 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 hours, plus 4, plus another 4, so about 14 hours now. That's crazy.
Yep. Then Evil did another 10.
10 hours on
Ish.
10 hours straight.
And don't forget, I did 2 hours for AOR last night as well.
Yeah.
So
Did Dirt 4 behave
16.
itself?
Pardon?
Did Dirt 4 behave itself this time?
Apart from the green light bugs, yes. We had a lot of
Not
green
really.
light bugs.
They need proper spectator cams on that game.
They do.
It's kind of annoying having to have been third person constantly.
It was quite tricky to keep on track with the battles as well, because we couldn't see what lap they were on either.
The transitions between drivers as well. You get black screen for a second and then you get the driver.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Well, hopefully in the new game they will have a proper spectator mode, please.
Is there a
Which
dirt
is
5 potentially? Dirt 5?
I don't know.
Maybe Dirt. It could be Dirt Rally 2.
Yeah, I think it could be Dirt Rally 2, I think.
Let's check this gap, because I think Old Rome was struggling through that last sector.
Yeah, he was. I've been following him. He was losing a bit of
Check the
time.
gap.
What lap time has he got now? Because the
He's
line...
dropped a second. The gap goes up by 2 seconds total, like. So it's going to be around 8 seconds.
I think his time's glitched. Oh yeah, 8.2. 8.2 now, yeah. 8.2 the gap now. That was that last sector alone that killed him.
Yeah, dropped almost a second and a half.
Yeah. Not over though.
Nope, it's not.
Because I mean, 8 seconds between 2 cars, with half an
After-
hour left, with
yeah,
23 hours and 30
23.
minutes gone.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
It is insane. Absolutely crazy.
There's only technically one retirement from this race as well. That was Aled's team,
Yeah, that was.
F1 Online Liga.
Disqualification
They were struggling
glitch.
horribly.
Unfortunately. Which was a shame to see. But apart
Even
from
though
that,
you
everyone else
watched the
still
F1 parade.
racing.
Possibly.
Oh, so old drones hit the bollard there.
I haven't done any damage to the car.
I think he's probably falling asleep now, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Because he's taken a different line at times and just braking a bit too late as well.
Meanwhile, Ghost Hunter in, by the way, for his last stint.
Okay. So he's going to be taking the car to the end, it looks like, because nobody else ready for him.
Yeah, because Josh did about an hour and a half, and then they said Ghost Hunter will do the final stint. Few stints. So Josh, I believe, still in the chat. So, and David as well. So
Away they go then. The last half an hour in 10 seconds to go of a 24-hour race. 23 hours, 30 minutes is complete. Right now.
30 minutes, 29 minutes now. Under half an hour to go.
Well, this has been an adventure and a half.
Definitely
And
has.
still, all but one driver has retired.
wait, Evil.
All but
All
one
but
driver
one-
hasn't retired.
Evil, I can tell you're losing it right now.
Slightly.
Oh God.
Yeah. Of course, we were talking about Joshua is in the chat, but he was saying, well, I know Joshua took second place overnight.
He did.
Gas RT.
The mechanics didn't change his tyres.
Oh dear.
Oh no!
God.
But he's still on quite. He's still managing. What we need to pit again then at some point then.
Maybe so. Well, somebody's saying actually probably. This is probably about right. I think all the drivers in this race are heroes.
And they are.
I agree. I mean, everybody who is also racing in this race is also probably insane because they've been driving for a full day.
Some of them doing very long stints.
Yeah, Old Rome is just dropping back now. He's
Big Siphonite, who will have done the most amount of laps of anybody in this race once he's finished.
You sure?
Got half an hour to go. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, the most I saw was 48 laps was the maximum.
So he's the fastest guy from that team, I believe.
Flying the American. Flying the flag high for Italy and America. But it is America leading with a German, if I'm not mistaken.
even though Old Rome had a mistake in the last sector, the gap is still 8.4, so it only went up by 0.2.
Ooh.
Definitely looks like his pace is starting to drop off ever so slightly low.
But they're still so evenly matched.
That's what makes it so great.
Yeah. I mean, LMP, that race is going to be done very shortly. Because in about a minute or so time, Ferrari and Ferrari B are by default going to win.
Even if they bottle it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So get ready to crown the winners in about 30 seconds.
Yep.
So after
a
few more seconds.
They gotta be careful if they don't get their lap times invalidated, of course.
Yep.
Which Pirelli has just got his lap time invalidated.
Oh. So an extra 2 or 3 minutes wait for that then. So it's not quite over yet.
I can
Indeed,
confirm
but
Ferrari B are going to be crowned the winners by default.
409 laps, I believe.
410 they've just started. And the gap currently lies at 27 minutes over the next car. They are going to win no matter what.
Yeah, they are. So, well done to Ferrari B, who started on second place and then after an hour overtook Hayo. And then they've been the lead since the very start of that. And I think it was all down to Pirelli's moves that has helped them retain that. But all the drivers have played a part, of course, in that team, making sure they retain it. So
Sue's being told off in the chat now. Well done, Sue.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, my maths is right.
according to that, you can realistically always do another 100 laps in a minute. That might be
If you're
possible.
driving a Red Bull like X1, then from GT6 maybe.
Yeah, I don't think... Probably couldn't... I mean, I'd be impressed, but I don't think you can do 100 laps in these cars. That's a lap a second. Actually, not really.
A lap in a bit. Every
lap and a bit, yeah. Lap and a bit. I don't have to do maths anymore.
Me neither, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But I have got a maths module to do at college next year, but apart from that.
Check the gap
Anyway.
in GTE.
Looks like it's opening
Schmidt.
up a little bit. That's 8.7 seconds, I think, now. It's going slightly up.
Still, Schmidt can't lose any concentration.
Yep. A spin like he did earlier on at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, I think Old Rome's fallen back a bit. Just have a look next time.
Ferrari B cannot lose if they want to, but DRT can still win if they want to. But it's a theory, of course.
Ooh.
Gap is now 10.8 between GTE.
Yeah, Oldrome is losing it compared to
2 seconds a lap.
Oh, yeah,
oh!
and he goes, and well, there he goes.
Nicely recovered.
And around goes the Corvette, a 360-degree spin, and back he goes. Number 63 of Jan Magnussen, driving by Oldrome.
That was a replica of what Oldrome did earlier on as well. So
yeah, he did that earlier on this morning.
Yeah.
The presence of mind to just, oh, okay, I'm spinning. I'm just going to keep the throttle in, spin it around again.
Doing donuts.
Looks like those tyres have really overheating now there because of that spin, but that really is giving the Schmidt all the advantage he wants now, just to drive away. As long as he doesn't do the same mistake, of course, and spin off into a barrier or anything, then he will be in a comfortable margin. But the gap still remains around about 20-odd seconds now.
It's not very long, so not very long. Well, not let it down. These in my mind already. Sorry. So not that far. Lots of blurdy blurs in this stream, I can tell you that. Not very far indeed to go of this race, but
yeah, we are now under 10%. I think even less than that, under 1% of the race to go, pretty much.
If Evil has done his maths correctly.
We passed 24 minutes of Le Mans.
Yep. So we're now doing the GT6
hours.
version of the thing, the 24 minutes of Le Mans. But not long left to go now. It'll be around about 12 laps.
Yep, it will be.
Yeah.
Commentator's course. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these drivers are just taking power naps down the Mulsanne.
Yeah, we mentioned this last night though, they might do that.
Pretty quick 30-second nap.
Yeah, maybe less for one of these guys up front. I think they do it in just about 20 seconds, even less than that now.
Yeah.
GTEs, yeah, they can do that.
They've got about 7 to 10 seconds each straight, so they can have a nap. It all adds up in the end. I mean, I wouldn't recommend sleeping at the wheel, but I mean, it's endurance racing. Anything goes.
Indeed, it definitely can then. 21 to go.
Oh.
All we need now is... We have to remember these guys are driving the these are the 2016 Le Mans cars, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we need to wait now. We just need to wait for Ferrari to break down on the last lap.
Don't say that.
It's gonna happen.
Maybe Alan might break down.
Well, I mean, he's the second Toyota who was a mile back anyway.
Yeah, and the Porsche that was in between them.
But the Porsche did take second overnight.
As well.
I believe it was your stint that it happened. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Joshua Luke at Interceptor. Joshua Luke took second. It was kind of back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, it was really, wasn't it? We were out about
it originally started at the Porsche curves when Josh. Well, I think he took second and then he dropped at the Porsche curves and somehow kept it out of the wall. And then Interceptor took it back and then Joshua Luke took it back and then he stayed there. And now they've had 2 driver swaps.
Wow.
20 minutes to go.
Home stretch for these guys.
Definitely. It's a casual jog for these guys now. The next 20 minutes, but the next 20 minutes are the most nervous. The Smith got a corner cut penalty there,
and it'll probably go by very slowly as well, won't it?
Yeah, it's going to be the longest 19 minutes of their life.
That spin cost Rome a huge amount of time. He's now 19 seconds behind.
Yep.
Oh, off goes Smith. He's gone through the gravel.
Oh!
He's starting to lose his concentration.
Locked the rear up, just went straight on. Luckily, no barrier to meet him that time around, but he was very close to it.
That would have woken him up.
That definitely would have woken him up, giving him a wake-up call. We'll also have poured gravel across the circuit as well. And that might be a bit cautious for the drivers.
That would have costed him, but probably not as much as he would have. Not that much of a mistake, because Old Drome did have a few more spins, so we'll see what the gap goes into there.
The circuit right now, very warm.
It is getting warmer.
Yeah, remember it was down to about 18 last in the middle of the night.
It was very cold.
Warming up there a little bit as there goes Ghost Hunter almost off into the wall trying to lap. That is Old Drome there, he's stuck behind there and decides to go straight through him this time around instead of passing around behind him.
As we've got another LMP as well.
Pirelli coming up to lap Ghost Hunter, which is now going to put another lap. I think the 8th lap that we put on there. Remember, Ghost Hunter has got a tyre issue where they've not changed the tyres on. So we're hoping those tyres can last another 80 minutes without either getting a puncture or something bad happening.
I really do hope they last, because otherwise we don't want another retirement, because otherwise there'll only be 2 LMPs. But we are praying that they finish.
That will be like 2018 Le Mans then. 2 LMPs. 2 LMPs.
Oh, 2 LMPs battling for the win.
Podium.
So, but not as close at this version of Le Mans, but it just got
nice for the future. Maybe if we could add in 3 LMP1s, 3 LMP2s, and 3 GTEs, maybe something like that.
That would be good. That would be better, I think. More even playing field. It'll be interesting to see how the hybrids perform, and possibly one Toyota, 1 Porsche, 1 Audi.
I'd love to see the Nissan added to this game. Someday.
You mean the Nissan Long Boy?
Yeah, the Nissan did work in Gran Turismo 6.
It's the front-wheel drive, front-engine thing.
Yes. As I call it, the cargo ship.
Yeah.
Well, it's Freddie just set a new fastest lap of 3:15.9.
15.6.
Okay, that's just stupid. I call hacks.
But has got a lap time invalidation.
He's been... I mean, come on. These guys have been driving for 23 hours and 40 minutes, and he's still setting fastest laps.
That is crazy.
And the Porsche is going to come back at him, though. Back down the inside there.
Yeah.
And a GTE as well.
Yeah, all the Schmitz of these two going to be battling away a little bit, and that's really fun to see 2 cars battling. 60 minutes to go. I mean, they're a long way apart, about 7, 8, maybe 9 laps now.
Oh, Old Drome spun again.
Oh my god!
And that is down into
That's game over.
the Dunlop chicane.
Again.
It's always that chicane for him, isn't it?
Yep, did it 3, 4 times now. Ghost Hunter's on it, by the way. He's flying as well, but Rally just showing how quick he's going. Just puts in the fastest first sector of anybody.
Yeah.
And quicker than his last sector as well. He's fastest, but Aluchamps has a quicker sector as well. So Aluchamps is flying now in this race as well.
Yep.
1:09 in the first sector.
The Super Swede in P3 overall. Well, everybody's going to get a podium today. That's the nice thing.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Quarter of an hour remain then of the 24 hours of the mark. And it's coming to an end.
I like your attempt at French, Evil. It's a nice attempt. Yeah. 5 out of 10 execution.
I was going to say something there, but I just didn't want to. Oh, and Schmidt has got a lap time invalidated. So...
He's got a few of them.
That probably would have cost him a little bit.
But he's now got 30 seconds over Schmidt now. Over Old Drome.
all we need to do is just keep it clean in the next 3 laps. Maybe 4, depending on what that Pirelli ends up finishing this on. And we ending with Pirelli most certainly on top, unless something just dramatic happens and like a different planet hits us. Which is in the realms of possibility. Or an asteroid just destroys everything, you know.
I mean, stuff. This is just showing that Ferrari B are pretty much unbeatable at anything.
Yeah. 4-time Constructors Champion, I think, as well. And Gavra, maybe even 5 times, now going to be taking the 20 hours of the mark in a dominant fashion from AOR Dreamy. The old Ollie's lad driving Team AOR pretty much. And Hello Chance as well, driving beautifully as well for this race. All the drivers are raced here, beautiful. But it is definitely looking like Ferrari B have relatively pulled the trump card out with the 3 most, to be even the 2 most dominant drivers. And that is Cypher going off the road there, but give credit where due, he's done almost 60 laps right now in this stint.
60 laps.
59 laps currently. So he has done
He's been
now...
in that car for 4 hours, pretty much.
Yeah, he's been going in since at least 270 laps. He started this stint now. He's now on around about 335.
Yeah. So he's done nearly 4 hours in that car.
So say 345 laps they've done so far. That's about 280 something laps they started out on that stint. So an impressive and incredible performance for them, but Oldham definitely looks like he's struggling right now. The Smith. Oh, Smith is off into the wall! He's in the wall!
Oh no!
The front end's gone! He's off into the wall, front end destroyed!
It's back on!
How's
And I
that
have
back
to
on?
say, all we have to do is keep it on the road. He's off the road, the car is smashed! And that, we could have a new leader.
He's
He's gonna have to pit. That car is a write-off there.
Oh, we spoke too soon. We felt like it. GTE was going to be decided, but no. Due to that damage, we'll have a possible change of leader again. By the sounds of it, or can he hang on?
Does that?
Or can he hang on? We all want to keep a close eye on lap times. I think Schmidt has lost a bit of focus there. I'm not sure.
Got on the grass, got on the curb. He did what some of the drivers did in MP1 earlier on at the beginning of the race. Remember, David Ben did that. Right off onto the grass on the outside, just dropped the rear off into the wall. Luckily, David Ben just missed the wall. The Smiths, however, speared straight into it. A heavy impact on the front end. That's going to have done suspension damage. You can see he's weaving down the straight to try and keep it in a straight line. What a shocker here. And Oldham now, all he has to do is keep going, but can he keep going?
Joshua Luke saying he did it for the views.
Did it for the views. 10 minutes to go in the 24 hours of the mile, and we have drama. As the Smith crashes into the wall, and now surely it's going to mean that Oldham, what if he can keep going? Can he take the lead and then retain it?
And not spin.
And then push it out. Yeah, not spin out. But the Smith, yes, you can see there, he's going very much slowly now. He knows he's got damage.
He's got just about
50
2
seconds.
laps. 2 laps left.
Yeah, they'll have 2 laps, of course. Maybe 3, depending on where they finish compared to Pirelli.
Yeah. So Oldham is now at the Mulsanne corner now.
He's catching about 5-6 seconds now. This is going to be close.
So yeah, he's into Indianapolis, and Oldham is on his way down to Indianapolis now. He's at the kink.
Yeah, he's coming out of Indianapolis down into
it's close.
He's going to get him. Surely, if he keeps going, he's going to have to pit, surely.
He will.
Thunderhead joins. And they're all joining now in the Beauty and the Beast. I think they're coming to see what's happening here with just under 9 minutes to go in a 24-hour race, and we have drama, carnage, excitement.
Craziness.
24 hours and 51 minutes gone, and we still have a battle.
We was hoping
Indeed,
for that.
It's going to come to the wire. Let's look at the gap. That is now, surely it's about under 10 seconds nearly.
Not quite, maybe about 15.
Waiting for the standing to update. It's 35 seconds on the timings, but it's definitely not that right now. We'll wait for that to update.
Yeah, we'll update soon, because obviously the timings are a bit behind in obviously what we're seeing. So... But after the clock runs out, the laps can change with the timing, so... Even though they do cross the line on the track as winners, they will have to, if they get any more invalidated times, it will...
18 seconds. The gap, I believe, is the gap now. 18 seconds. So it's come down from 35 to 18 now.
Yeah.
We'll get confirmation of that in a few moments' time when the timings update.
Yep.
18 seconds.
He actually lost 18 seconds.
Yeah, exactly 18 seconds. Lots of
and he is carrying on with the damage.
Yeah,
he can't afford to pit.
He can't afford to pit, but he can't afford to drop it again and get more damage. You could just see. We'll keep an update on the lap times here, but he's got 2 laps, I think, from this one to do.
Yeah, Pirelli is at Indianapolis. He's got another
3.
2.5, maybe 3. Whatever lap they're on, when the clock runs to 0, they will finish that lap.
Ah. So...
We don't have a countdown. Well, we do, but yeah.
So we'll finish it. So we will be keeping an eye on... So basically, I think how it will work as well is once the 24-hour countdown is over, once Pirelli crosses the line, it'll probably be much over, pretty much, for the LMPs. Yeah. Same for the GTEs as well.
And we can celebrate that we're still alive.
Especially me.
The one thing that the Schmitz is definitely not alive right now, because he is going very, very slowly.
Yeah, he was very slow to the second chicane there.
And the gap now, we're looking at the sector times there from the Schmitz of 124, Oldrome 122. He's taken 2 seconds out in that sector alone.
Could be close. It's going to be close. I don't know if he's going to catch him.
He's losing 2 seconds a sector. It's just so close. I don't know who's going to win. It's Tsuzuki's joined us as well. The entirety of the team, the Beauty and the Beast, are pretty much here.
They're supporting Oldrome. It still could be a possibility that that Beauty and the Beast can take the win still. Now biting moments here. So please make sure you watch the last 5 minutes. Don't switch off the stream at all, because it can all change between these 2 GTEs. So keep an eye on it.
5 minutes to go.
Not quite.
Nearly.
David said hurry up so he can go to bed, lol.
See what his sector time is here.
Yeah, they're on the same stretch of track. They're on the same stretch of track now.
Oh!
See, 1:48.7 in the second sector time. Let's see what Oldrome's doing.
Schmitz in the Porsche curves. Oldrome is about to
go in
up to the Porsche curves.
Taken another 4 seconds.
I don't know if it's going to be enough.
A gap now just under 12 seconds, if I'm not mistaken now.
That's what I think anyway.
Well, Pirelli, after this lap, he's going to have 1 more lap.
Yeah,
and
he's going to finish there, as that there was Alexandre's passing Oldrome there up the inside there. Into the chicane.
Yeah, Oldrome is in the Corvette chicanes, and Oh dear, he's on the start finish. You might be able to see him. There he is in the background.
Oh my god!
Into the Dunlop chicane for now the penultimate time. You presume they'll get another lap out
for them. This is the final lap for them.
It will be the final lap for them. So close. He's just coming down towards
2 laps apparently.
2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Okay. Oh, they must have. It's probably 0 the clock, then plus 1 lap.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
Be making sense.
2 laps to go. Old Rome is closing in. ESR, their win hangs in the balance. Because if you look behind, you might be able to see the yellow shape of Old Rome driving for Beauty and the Beasts.
What a good name for a team.
Yeah, it's excellent name. So you lost 6
the only
that lap.
thing the Smiths needs to do is just keep it on the island. He cannot afford a single small mistake here. They're coming up to lap traffic. That's the Ferrari of Siphonite there just up the road of them as well. Second time, let's see when they come across it.
Look out for Old Rome. If you might be able to see the yellow shape in the background. Yes, you can. There he is.
Smith's 124. Old Rome 121. Take another 3 seconds out of him on that sector.
He's going to catch him.
He is.
He'll catch him on the last lap. He'll catch him on the last lap.
Seconds.
Oh, ESR. Nailed by stuff. The entire Beauty and the Beast team are in the pit lane watching their man chase after the GTE lead. And by the looks of things, they're going to take it on the last lap.
That'll be
There they are. You can
crazy.
see him. He's now just coming round towards the Mustang King. You'll be able to see all of the GTE cars in the same shot for a brief second. There he is, just in the background. This is unbelievable scenes here. Ferrari, Corvette in Corvette, all in the same shot. Ferrari is pretty much out of this race, but the 2 Corvettes are in the same shot and are going to the end. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I think it all depends on if they can get to the line before the clock gets to 0, but I think it's going to be 2. They'll have 2 laps to go anyway. Pirelli, by the way, is down the first part of the Mulsanne. He's on his way to quite an easy victory at the moment.
Yeah, well, it depends really. If the time runs out, 1 minute 30 seconds to get around to the finish line, when the checkered flag comes out, they won't be able to do another lap.
They'll only do another lap if they don't cross the finish line when if they cross the finish line before the 24 hours finishes.
So once that timer is done, the race flag will drop and it will be over.
Oh, could ESR have just
They'll
held
do
on
another
to
lap.
this?
They'll do another lap once they get the 24-hour mark.
Oh, it's not over.
No, it's not.
Old Rome enters the Porsche curves now. He's taking another at least 3-4 seconds out of him in that sector.
Smith is just coming out. He can't keep up with Siphonite right now.
Yeah, Siphonite's actually going quicker than him.
A
There are only
brilliant
seconds remaining on the clock.
and a brilliant
44 seconds to go.
and 28 of you are watching the last few laps unfold, which is more than what we've seen in the stream so far. Now biting moments. We are watching.
1 more lap to go in GTE. 1 more lap.
It's going to be 1 more lap for your leader as well.
Yeah,
He
looks
might
like it.
He could slow it down actually and just cruise to the end now. He's got 20 seconds. 19. Is he going to slow down? He might not make it actually. Yeah, he is going to slow down I think. Yeah, he's revving. He knows he's done it.
Yeah.
Pirelli is going to come into the chicane then.
He's going to slow down so he can cross the... Or will he do... Or we do another lap?
Clock zero.
Pirelli wins the 24 hours of Le Mans in beautiful style. 24 hours done. And he's done it, but who is going to win between the Schmitz? He's gone off the road there again in Tet Rouge. He's gone very wide. And
there's the other Corvette in the background.
Gap is now under 5 seconds.
Just go back to the finish line. DRT take P2 and LMP1. Team AOR across the line in second.
That'll be a good result for Ghost Hunter and the team there.
Keep an eye on GTE though. 6 seconds the gap between P1 and 2 and GTE.
Oh, Schmidt trying to dive up the inside of
Oh!
Siphonite here. I don't think knows that this is the battle for the lead behind him. He's holding him up a little bit here.
There's the other Corvette. and it says,
6 seconds.
Hyo is saying if he keeps taking the pace as it is, it's going to be like neck and neck at the
Photo
line.
finish.
Yeah, it's going to be a photo finish, I think.
And Schmidt had his last lap time invalidated. So.
Ooh. And now he's got past Cypher
Don't trust the timing at the end. We will let you know what the actual final result is once we get the timing up.
Massive tank slapper there into the exit of the second chicane.
He's pushing.
There he is. You can see he's catching like a rocket right now.
They're in the same camera shot now.
Oh my god!
May I remind you, this is the last lap of a 24-hour race.
And they're still battling. How are they doing this? Concentration levels must be high right now.
Oh, he's gone deep.
Aldron's gone deep.
Over him off.
That's allowing Schmidt to pull away.
Oh, Schmidt, I think that might have been a costly mistake.
Yes, it will be. Definitely will be.
He's still there, though. I think Schmidt may have just done enough here.
Yes.
One more sector after this one to take
the win for you. If it's not over yet, I can see ESR in the same camera shot again. The Ferrari is holding it up.
Allo Champs crosses the line, finishes P3.
And that's LMP1 done.
Yep.
What is going to happen to the GTE class here? They're all together, all coming through the Porsche curbs. You can see, look how much time he's lost again. He's lost another 3 seconds there. This is going to go to the wire. I think they've got just the Porsche curbs. We know how quick Oldroom is through this section.
Yeah, but I think it's just too little too late with that mistake into the Mulsanne corner. I think just cost him.
Oh, he's got off again. He looks like he's almost
I think he's succeeded.
I think
it's done.
I think Schmidt's done enough at this rate, I think, by the looks of things. But it is not over yet, as Schmidt has got a few more corners to go.
Yeah, Corvette chicanes and Ford chicanes. It was a little bit nail-biting. ESR are going to win GTE. Just.
Only just.
ESR wins then. Oldrome second. Siphonite finishes in third. And
all
three finish at the same time.
That is good.
Finishing the race bar one.
24 hours.
Great stuff. All drivers are heroes. All drivers are heroes right now.
Lucky. That was tense.
Lucky T is celebrating in the chat, of course.
And then gets timed out by Nightbot for using too many emojis.
But yeah.
24 hours of racing, all done.
Well done to all the drivers that have made this a one to watch, especially the last hour. That has been nail-biting, I think. It's been a great one, and just in time, 5 minutes before the Belgian Grand Prix, so very, very good. And
while we have 30 seconds on the clock, we'll just thank especially Hyo for putting this all together. What a legend. He's been streaming for the past 24 hours with the timing. He made the timing app himself. He organised everything that you see here. So he deserves a massive thank you for that one.
Yes. And
indeed.
And also thanks to Soup for also managing the stints as well for us commentators as well. Because without him there'll be no commentary team, to be honest. So thanks to him as well.
Well, I'm going to go watch a Grand Prix now.
Yes.
Me too. We're all going to do the same, and I think most of us are going to do the same. So final results are pretty much... the LMPs are pretty much the same, but that was a good finish, and I think we're going to end the stream after 24 hours then. We hope you guys enjoyed the race. Hopefully we'll have some more endurance races soon. You'll never know. Any final words to say before we head off?
Crazy. F1's on. Is that perfect timing?
That is
legendary.
Perfect. That is perfect timing, and we will see you for. We will see. Oh, not yet. We will see you for another stream soon on Gavra Racing. Until then, I'm gonna watch the Grand Prix and have a nap as well afterwards. And see you soon. Goodbye.